I wasn't even subbed, but I like some of One Shot Quester's content, so it kind of sucks. I used to be subbed to Crispy as well, but kind of unsubbed when he started doing more commentary stuff. I just watched him for the RPG horror stories. The only good morning show, cause Chud cheats. Exactly. Exactly. Chud cheats and he's British. Ergo, invalid. That's how it works, guys. That's how it works, okay? But yeah, so if you guys weren't here the last time we covered this subject, basically what's been going down is some D&D drama, which has been really fun to cover. This guy, One Shot Quester, aka Duke, accused a up and coming D&D show. Well, I say D&D show, but it's just a group of content creators that got together and wanted to do a D&D campaign. He's accusing them of essentially fraud, mishandling the money. Keep in mind, his accusations came out the first day, like within 24 hours of the first episode dropping. And look, okay, listen. We here at Nerdy Live try not to attack people for their characteristics of looks. But does this not look like Diet Fred Durst? This looks like Temu Fred Durst. This is like when your mom tells you that they have Fred Durst at home, and this is the Fred Durst that you have at home. I'm expecting him to to tell me to keep rolling. Hey, ladies! Hey, fellas! And all the people that don't give a fuck. I'm expecting him any moment to be like, keep rolling. I don't know any of these people. I think that's the best way to approach this drama, honestly. Because, oh my god, okay, so like, the people who are actually doing the D&D stuff, I think they're perfectly fine. Guess what? They had a crowdfunding campaign for it. They succeeded, and they're spending the money wisely on future seasons. Okay, there has been so far as I can tell, no mishandling of money. It's not like these guys are pocketing it, at least none that we can see at this time. If they're scamming, it's too early to tell. You kind of need to wait and see if they're like, hey guys, I just bought this new Porsche. Like you need to wait for stuff like that to happen, right? But this guy, the big brain individual that he was, instantly went to, oh, they're scamming everyone. That's the logical reason here. They're scamming everyone. Those silly gooses, they're scamming everyone. And like, no. They actually responded pretty well. They responded pretty well to all the accusations that he threw their way, and there was like, we don't know what we're very confused on why this guy's behaving this way. Very confused, and and turns out, guess what? Kanga, do you want to guess what happened? This guy was trying to get a job from them in the first place. That's right, he wanted them to hire him. D&D no longer stands for, wait, shit, I actually just remembered something. A few years ago, he mentioned that there was something he wanted to be a part of and that they were supposed to be inclusive, but he was bitter and it wouldn't be called them out. It wouldn't say who they were. I wonder if these are these people. No. These people only just now recently got into D&D. Did he really lock the comments? Yes, comments are turned off for his video. That's always a good sign, right? That's always a good sign. Yes, if we scroll below, we can see comments are indeed turned off. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think we should listen to what this man has to say. See if he has anything of value. I hope you have a caffeinated beverage with you today. Right now, I'm rocking a Bang energy drink.
If you clicked on this video, that means you understand the backstory of what is currently happening. I understand that this is my final chance to express my concerns, and I ask that you thoroughly listen.
Dude, he's like, oh God, I can still win this. I can still win this, guys.
To what is about to be presented. And don't worry, I won't be as aggressive as I was in my initial video.
Yeah, because you realize that didn't work out well for you at all. Yeah, because that was his first video. The first video was him like crying and like yelling at his camera about how they're mishandling the project.
I spent more time doing research and gathering my information so I could make a proper response this time.
So you should have done that beforehand? You idiot! You idiot! You're a fucking idiot. Sounds like a dual retard fight. I stand by my previous statement. Don't double down, Duke. So he's doubling down. He's doubling down indeed. Yes. Hope you're doing well today, Neon.
If you're still here, thank you so much for choosing to hear me out. Before we begin, I do have a few housekeeping notes. Whatever opinion viewers may come away with, I ask that people remain civil toward.
Please be nice, guys. Please be nice. He's trying to like fucking like check himself. Dude, fucking everyone, as soon as they fucking saw your video last time around, you got shit on. You're just asking people to be nice to you because you're a shitter. That's all you are, fucking Duke, is you're a TikTok shitter.
All parties involved, as situations like this can have serious effects on a person's mental health and well-being. This is a response to Crispy's Tavern video titled One-Shot Questers, the Unwanted Gatekeeper of D&D. This video is intended to present additional research and information regarding claims made by Crispy, along with the handling of donations and the level of respect shown by the producers of MinMax, while they were not serving as on-screen talent for the MinMax D&D.
Okay, and by the way, this is false. This is false, by the way, because guess what? They were on-screen talent, motherfucker. They were. This whole like, oh, the mysterious producers. The mysterious producers are responsible. Guess what? Okay, I'm about to show you something, chat. Something never before seen. Okay. We go to the MinMax YouTube channel. Holy shit. Oh, okay. MinMax. Sorry, not MinMix. But yes, if we go to the MinMax YouTube channel, holy shit, guess who's in the fucking thumbnail? The mysterious and out of touch producers. But yeah, hang on. Yeah, we gotta deal with the intro first. Holy shit, look at that. The producers. The mysterious producers, guys. The producers are on camera. It's all, again, this fucking like whole thing of like, guys, I'm not mad at the content creators. I'm mad at the producers. The content creators are the producers, you fucking moron. You fucking Limp Biscuit, discount Fred Durst ass looking motherfucker. Your argument is fucking idiotic at best. Your argument's idiotic at best. Also, hey, K-Huck. K-Huck, are you ready to learn about some D&D drama? You ready to learn about that, K-Huck? I hope you are. Doubling down never works, lol. I'm confused on what happened, but I'm here for a bit. Oh, yeah, don't you worry. Don't you worry, K-Huck. To give you a summarized version of what happened, this guy tried accusing this new D&D group, MinMax, which is basically a group of content creators that do martial arts videos, specifically like swords, bow and arrows, like basically medieval weapons, right? So they got together, they wanted to do a D&D show, and they crowdfunded for it, and then they spent the crowdfunding money on the new equipment, the new sets, costumes, that kind of thing. And then they decided to save the rest of their money for seasons 2 and seasons 3. And Mr. One Shot Questers, aka Duke, is mad because he's trying to insinuate that they scammed the audience, that they mishandled money, when that wasn't the case whatsoever. Another content creator by the name of Crispy's Tavern, called him out in a video exposing pretty much everything. And in MidMax themselves also did a response video revealing that this entire time when Duke was bashing them, he wanted to take over the show and like make it in his own image. So he's made another proper response video. Actually, K-Huck, since you're new to the drama, I will showcase the beginning part of his original response video. K-Huck, I shit you not, he cries. He cries during it, and it's a really dramatic dot. And also, he changed the thumbnail too, because originally he called them pathetic. So like he was gun-ho on like calling them out, calling them scammers. If it will load, if it can load, please load, please load.
Video that if you've been a longtime viewer or someone who just joined in, I do apologize because this is going to be a video that I have never made before. Why? Because I've always been a nice guy. And I have been labeled.
I'm just a nice guy. I'm just a nice guy. I'm a chill guy.
As a nice guy within this community, within creators. You know what? That's fine. I have enjoyed that title. I have been proud to hold that title. I love this community dearly. I love the people here because you guys have supported me and you guys are just a terrific group of people. And I care about you guys so very much. I'll also say with this video, I know a lot of people might be like, oh, great. He's going off again, making something that is more around algorithms and numbers and things like that. Just stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you're passionate about. Well, guess what? I'm passionate about this community. I'm passionate about the people that I love within this community and the people who have...
Look at it. He's crying. He's crying over this. He's crying over this bullshit.
Supported me in this community, and I am sick and tired of seeing creators and events take advantage of this very vulnerable community. It makes me so upset, and I am tired of being nice and not saying anything. I'm tired of not saying anything when people have come up to me telling me what really was going on.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. But let's get into his series.
The research presented in this video is not intended to cancel or stop the production of MidMax. This video is not a critique of the entertainment itself or the talent performing on screen when it comes to the MidMax D&D live play games. Comments and engagement will be turned off to help prevent misinformation from...
Comments are turned off to prevent misinformation. I'm sure.
From spreading in the comments and to allow viewers to form their own opinions on the matter.
AK, he's just scared. He's going to get a bunch of hate comments. Let's be honest.
This video is a response to Crispy since most of the attacks I've been receiving as of late have come from their video and multiple...
Oh, I've gotten attacked. I've gotten attacked. No, you just made shitty points, you fucking moron.
Family members and friends have reached out referencing Crispy and making sure that I was doing okay. For context, I made an aggressive call-out video about MidMax, a $100,000 crowdfunded D&D live play project for mishandling the donations they received. Going forward, I would like to change my...
Which they did not, by the way. He has to change his phrasing, aka he has to back off his original point, but still wants to like try and accuse them of shit.
Phrasing to instead be showing a lack of respect to the donations received and...
How are they showing a lack of respect? Okay, we showcased Duke, stop being an emotional woman, right, yeah. Okay, let me show you the first video about this, right? I'm sorry. Let me show you one of the first videos that was made on the MidMax channel about the whole situation, okay? Let's see. What was it? It was... First off, they made a 10-minute long video detailing...
Hey guys, we're here for MidMax. Today we've got an important but not necessarily sexy video for you.
What are you talking about? Numbers are sexy.
Okay, well, I guess we'll let Megan take care of this one. She's the numbers gal.
Numbers are scary.
This is our budget video because we promised you a total transparent budgeting of min-maxed. And Megan, take it away.
We did a GoFundMe, and we appreciate all of your help to make this happen. So we're showing you what we're doing with the money. It's great. So
yeah, the GoFundMe raised about $100,000. But you take the GoFundMe fee, plus they took the tax buffer up front, so they're left with $72,000 to make the show. Fully transparent, they're showing you, hey, we spent about this much on on this much on that. So look, this video in full detail is showing like where everything has been spent. And they show at the end that, hey, we have about $47,000 to work with afterwards. Duke this entire time is trying to say that they're scamming the audience, Oh my, is that a wild peepaw? It's a wild peepaw. Hang on, chat's taking a moment to catch up here. Okay, I was going to make a video accusing misappropriation of funds, but I got high. Oopsie, sorry, wrong story. Good morning, chat. Good morning, people. Good morning, good sir. Hope you're doing well. But yes, okay. So this guy, in his original video, is trying to accuse them of scamming. He has to back off, but he still wants to accuse them of shit. So now they don't respect the donators.
To the supporters of MinMaxed. MinMaxed made a response video providing additional information, and Crispy's Tavern made a video that covered the situation. I believe one reason Crispy made their video about this situation was because of the conversation we had on Discord the day after I posted my initial.
Who gives a fuck? You made a shitty video trying to call someone out and it failed. And you're fucking ass mad about it, you pathetic little Temu Fred Durst pussy.
Video, which I will now show and read. Crispy starts off by saying, "Hey Duke, I'm reaching out privately because I have no desire for a public feud. I watched your video on MinMaxed. While I agree with some of your points, I have some major criticisms on how you handled this. You open the video with an out-of-pocket comparison about an actual charity fraud, then move on like it was."
No, and his point too is like the producers are the responsible ones for all of this. They're the reason why it's bad. The producers are the content creators. The producers aren't this magical third party. So this guy is just ass hurt because they didn't ask him to play. That's my gut feeling. Peepaw, it's worse. This whole thing was him trying to get them to hire him, Peepaw. Let me show you, Peepaw. Let me show you, okay? Sorry, I know we're jumping around a bit. I know this is supposed to be us watching the response, but obviously, people here didn't watch the last coverage, and I want to showcase. I just want to be able to showcase everything. So yeah, in this, let's see, where is it? Here we go. Oh, hang on, I gotta fix my output for Discord. There we go. Now they can properly hear you. Hey, K-Huck, how you doing?
Hi. Okay, can people quit being baby back bitches, please, and thank you? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, K-Huck, it gets better, K-Huck. I'm about to showcase why this guy is really mad.
Because he didn't get hired? Are you kidding? Oh my god, that's so dumb.
Oh, and in Crispy's original video, it showcases that this guy tried to start his own Netflix for D&D shit, and it failed spectacularly. God. This guy is just a failed fucking like D&D producer.
These videos.
Friends know about this because it sounds like something that they would know. They would want to know more about.
Feel comfortable.
I don't know if they do or not. Probably not.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm screen sharing with you right now, so that way we. Yeah, because I
got you.
Yeah. Okay, we're about
you got me for a few minutes. Sure, why not?
Why didn't you reach out to us? Because we actually have had communication with this person before. They reached out to us and asked.
Look at that. Hello, Sellsword Arts, which is, by the way, Sellsword Arts is the main, because again, all the people behind MidMax are martial arts channels. In particular, like they specialize in either swords, bow and arrows, whip combat, even. Sellsword Arts is the main channel that's fronting the cost of MidMax. And Duke, aka One Shot Questers, is hello, Sellsword Arts. My name is Duke, and I am the social media channel called One Shot Questers. And he's trying to work with him. And Duke responded to this in like the comments in his original video by saying, "Oh, this is my talent manager pretending to be me."
What?
By the way, a talent manager will go, "Hi, this is a talent manager or a representative of so and so."
Yeah, exactly.
They don't pretend to be you.
Oh my God! Yeah,
So, yeah,
they say something like
just.
I'm contacting you on behalf of my client, so and so. Yeah, that's what. Oh my God!
So yeah, this is just a little bitch who's mad and upset that they got a crowdfunding campaign and it succeeded.
Sake.
Yeah.
Jesus.
By the way, Crispy, we got content from a whole fucking weekend. Crispy,
I see that.
Posted yesterday, this idiot could have gone back to twerking. My response coming this weekend. Don't worry, I'll wear something hot. I will say, because like at first I was recommended Crispy's video, and I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I think I'm a pretty progressive guy. But okay, listen. I had to like take a moment to verify the information when the first thing I saw was hang on. Was this, okay? Listen, and you know what? Congrats to them for rocking this outfit, okay? But this gave T Channel vibes, okay? This gave Adam McIntyre vibes.
Okay. Listen. Not everyone. I get you. God damn it, nerdy. I understand that Adam McIntyre is a whole nother can of worms. I get it, and he gives people PTSD for him wearing stuff like that. But come on, let the dude rock his shirts.
I mean, he's rocking it. I'm not saying he's not rocking it. Okay, I'm not saying that he's not. It's just you gotta verify the information first off.
I cannot pull that off. I'll just say that right here, right now. I could not pull that off, but hey, good to him that he can. Oh, that's funny, dude. How did you find this?
It's thanks to some of the fantastic people in my Discord server who give me topics.
Bruh, this is gold. You hit a gold mine. This is great.
These nerds are taking it to the next level. Dude needs to go to his local pub and get some ale and get laid.
True.
Okay, so like I don't blame you guys if you don't know who the fuck this guy is. One Shot Questers is like a short/TikTok uploader. And like he uploads like D&D skits, and like one of his most popular characters that he runs into the goddamn ground is the fucking bard character. So yeah, he pretends to be like a bard that's like, I'm gonna go get laid, like that kind of thing. Because we've all heard the joke that the bard's gonna seduce the dragon, that type of shit.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. But like he went fucking hard in his initial response video. I mean, we showed it earlier. This guy was fucking crying. Look at it, he's fucking crying.
The D&D creator that put it on. Do you want to know why it was so weird that you never saw receipts from that donation and suddenly they're on vacation? Because I got the receipts. I have the DMs.
I have the receipts. I have the DMs. I have the receipts. I have the DMs.
That is completely unnecessary. Well, I was going to ask this anyway. Is this his first foray into drama?
No, apparently not.
Well, he ain't cut out for it. I'm just saying.
No,
he's showing that he's not fit for it anyway.
There's nothing. I
don't know.
By the way, this DM Crispy already showcased in his own video.
responding to comments claiming you have the evidence of something with the money. Look, until that evidence is live, making comparisons like that.
No, yeah, and like, I'm sorry, but you know, I believe we have someone in the audience who's familiar with this type of situation before. If you're going to accuse someone of misappropriating funds from a GoFundMe campaign or a similar website of that nature, you best have your best fucking ammunition, and you can't just have speculation, right? Now, as far as we are aware, okay, and like this is the thing with fucking GoFundMe scams. We kind of have to wait and see what they do with the goddamn money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And like,
exactly.
So far they've been fully transparent. It's like, hey, okay, like after the taxes and the fee, we have about $72,000 left. After what we paid for the set and everything for season 1, we have $47,000 left, which will be spent between seasons 2 and seasons 3. Now, obviously, since they have the set already made and everything, guess what? Because like most originally, fun fact, the GoFundMe was for about $10,000 originally, because this is a D&D IRL session, and most of these people either live outside the state of Texas or live outside the U.S. So obviously, travel expenses needed to be accommodated for.
Mm-hmm.
And however, K-Huck, something important is crucial to the story. The 3 days that they had to film was the same 3 days Texas had that snowstorm.
Oh,
so they're in a fucking warehouse. They have and like they barely made it to the fucking warehouse to begin with. But they're in a freezing warehouse. They had some issues with the equipment, which is why like the audio for the first episode wasn't so good.
Right.
And so like and so like, dude, and by the way, they Migmax themselves admit that the episode 1 was kind of rocky because like they had to like salvage everything, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, at least they tried. I mean,
to give you context, K-Huck, his video calling them scammers, saying that they mishandled the money, was uploaded not even 24 hours before the episode 1 was fresh. Like he uploaded it within hours of episode 1 coming out.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, you are officially a low count. Like what? I mean, you already were before probably, but goddamn, like what? Oh my god, this is insane.
Yes, it's my way, people. I'm sorry for the shot. People.
Yeah, nerdy. Shame on you. Damn it.
That was mean. I'm sorry.
That only hurts you as the reporter. The video's tone is wildly mismatched with what you're talking about. I understand getting emotional, but at the end of the day, this is a D&D show that has some production issues. They aren't committed.
That's it. That's all it is. It's just like these newcomers to D&D that want to get together and run their own D&D campaign. They had some issues episode 1 in their first session. It's not that big of a deal.
A crime here.
Respectful
criticism is one thing, but framing Min-Maxed as pathetic and disrespectful is just silly. The title and thumbnail, in my opinion, are silly given what you are talking about. Unless you have more serious allegations, this framing is poor. Lastly, it is very clear that your research was hasty. There are multiple.
It was very hasty. If you couldn't tell from the fact that it was made within the first couple of hours of, and he even admits in the beginning of this video, it's like, I did more research.
Details about sellsword arts that you clearly don't know. I know you have already deleted portions of your video because you got stuff wrong. It's okay to get stuff wrong. I do that too. But 1, I own up to it in the pinned comment. 2, it is always a bad sign when the fundamentals of your research are in doubt. The video is clearly unscripted and little preparation seems to have been done. As a continuation of that point, much of your video is speculative. There is no other way to put it. Theorizing about the future failure of the show due to a bi-weekly release schedule is silly. The show has been out for a day. Making sweeping declarations about the show's prospect, either for good or ill, is irresponsible at this time. Much of your argument regarding the funds hinges on speculation. I personally would not be comfortable airing a story on that kind of foundation. The criticisms that you are receiving in the—
No, yeah, and by the way, his resume, by the way, yes, because he included a resume with his thing. Was that they, instead of filming on in like the outdoors, they told him that they should film in his studio.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes, everything, like he wanted everything to be done in his studio, essentially.
People are
The comments
dumb.
are for good reason. I am echoing the statements of many of your supporters. I have no problem with drama. Obviously, I'm a snark YouTuber and drama is my bread and butter. But I cover stories months or even years after the fact because I try to get my facts in order. You accused MinMax of rushing, but that is exactly what you did with this video. I understand that you are not a journalist, but if you're going to air a piece like this, you should act like one. Again, I agree with many of your criticisms of the show. I just think the video that you—
The criticisms, by the way, all come from the fact that this was their first production. Because most of these guys, like they don't do like stationary like production, like regular YouTube videos. Most of these guys film in the outdoors because they use weapons, or they film in like the martial arts studios.
Yeah.
you published has some things worth criticizing as well. I responded, I appreciate your feedback. Truly, I do. I do want to say that this wasn't something that was rushed. I worked on this for 6 hours yesterday, researching and getting this
I did not rush this. I worked on it for a whole 6 hours.
6 hours.
prepared plus 2 more hours today. The way it looks is because I did this on stream. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get my points across like I would have liked to. Does it seem like I also made the same mistakes that they did with rushing because of what works best for me on how I deliver things? Yeah.
Did I make mistakes? But so did they. So did they.
It does.
Yeah, exactly, people. Here's an idea. Why not just do your own shows and film it where you want? This is just crybaby behavior.
Oh, Peepaw, he tried, Peepaw, he tried, and it failed. It failed, Peepaw. He tried, and it failed, Peepaw.
Dude.
Hang on, actually, let me get to that. Let me get to that. No. Which section is it? It is. Here we go. I think it might be the beginning part here.
And only have, I think we had like 26 active viewers over there, but we weren't getting like many views.
The streaming service had 20 users. 20. Dude thought he could be like the next Dropout TV. What, by himself? Well, he wasn't quite by himself. Duke had a team. If that past tense seems ominous, that's because it is. Duke had to, I don't know if laid off is the right word, because I have no idea if they were formally employed, but he had to let go of his team. And the way he announced it was just so random. He made a community post where he announced he was stepping away from Dungeons & Dragons content, which is going to be so ironic as we get into the rest of the story. But in the middle of this post where he's talking about how he wants to leave D&D behind, he doesn't feel the same about D&D, and he feels like people don't give him opportunities in the D&D space. Just in the middle of this whiny post saying that he wants to move on and do general fantasy stuff, he just kind of randomly says that, yeah, the team's gone now. To wrap all this up, I'm back where I was in 2020 through 2022, running this channel by myself. No editors, no extra on-screen talent. Just me. Wow, Duke, that's a very inspirational way to tell folks that a bunch of people are now out of work.
So yeah, he tried starting his own he tried starting his own like D&D themed streaming service, and it fucking failed.
Dude. Listen, I understand that. I'm sure that they were probably, or he and the, what was the first group's name again? I'm sorry. The guys that were doing all the production.
Min-Max.
Min-Max. Okay. I get it that they're all, I'm sure that they were inspired in some way, shape, or form. First thing that comes to my head is, of course, Critical Role you know, those
Yes,
types of
yes.
people that
And
are
they-
super,
and
super successful.
They actually respond to like yeah, like we are inspired by that, but it's not going to be like a Critical Role type of production first thing.
Yeah. Because again, trying to reenact or trying to recreate Critical Role itself is very, very difficult. You can, of course, you can be inspired by it. You can, you know, use different elements from it or whatever, or attempt it and try it. Good for them that they're trying it. But
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
something that they say that they want to do for future seasons. Again, they weren't able to do this because unfortunately they had planned the trip and like the whole session while the fucking Texas snowstorm was happening, so they weren't able to do any outside filming. But because these are all martial artists, they want to do highlights of the campaign in live action.
Mm-hmm.
And like you'll see it in the intro of their series that they have like a little set made that, you know, they do combat in. Like it's not anything like really groundbreaking, but you know, it's like I think with the fact that these are martial arts YouTubers and you get to see them like reenact scenes from like their campaign, I think that's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it's entertaining, I mean, good for them that they're taking their nerdom to the next level, that they're having fun. I mean, that's something that my friends and I would do when we were younger. I'm just saying. And
also too, some of the criticism here is just like, look at all the space here. I don't like how their design is. I don't like this design. I could do a better design. I worked in graphic design. I can do this so much better. I can do it so much better. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speculation.
That
What
is
I provided is
insane.
evidence of things they have personally said in videos and in their comments. Again, I really do appreciate your words, worry, criticisms, and warnings. I wish you would also wait before sending this because there's a lot of very solid points you are making based off of the information I gave in that video. You unfortunately
You see, I didn't give you all the information. I hate this. I fucking hate this. I hate when people are just like, oh, you think my video was bad, but I didn't give all the information.
Yeah.
do not know the full story, as I've been getting reached out to with more information on how they are running things behind the scenes, and it's
Who's telling you this, by the way? Who's telling you this? Because the only people who like have any sort of like awareness of what's going down are the creators involved.
not
Who's
looking
telling you
good.
this?
I can't share any of the information because I do not have permission to post it as of right now. I would also suggest looking at how they are handling answering questions within their own comment section. I understand this is just one video, but this one video is telling, and how they are responding
This one video is telling.
to their own fan base's needs is also very telling. I hope you're doing well though, and 2026 is doing good for you. Crispy replies, Duke, 8 hours is nothing. The fact that you think a single afternoon of research is worthy of a full expose is not countering anything that I said. In addition, because of how poorly this initial video was handled, your viewers, and more importantly, the views of MinMax, have no reason to believe you. Who will trust that you did due diligence this time? How have you verified your source? My 2026 has been good to me. It's been good to me because viewers appreciate due diligence and proper journalism. I hope you understand that before you put out your next video. And the last comment comes from me.
By the way, this is how, again, I think considering these guys aren't like drama YouTubers, I think they responded pretty well. This is how they open up their video.
Hey guys, it is the Sellsword crew who are kind of producers behind MinMaxed.
We were informed that there's been a video about MinMax that we feel like we need to talk about.
Yeah, it's a little bit harsh. It's got some criticisms, and we think that we should talk about it. We talked to the cast, we talked to the crew, and they all said that it's a good idea to address it because if there are even a couple of fans out there who feel like they didn't get what they paid for, we want to talk to you. We want to make sure that you know why we made the decisions we did. So for that, we're going to dive in.
To start, I think it's important to look at what we promised.
So let's look at this video.
Let's talk about the announcement video, because I feel like that is very important because that is why people don't.
Oh, there's some echoing on your end, by the way.
Oh, is there? Okay, I'll mute.
But everybody lives in different time zones and has different schedules, and that's complicated. So I invited everybody over to my house, studio.
We think playing normal D&D would be boring, and we know you want to see us as D&D characters.
So we're gonna play ourselves.
We want to do some really cool things like build a set.
And have a cool video setup.
With cool angles and stuff. Buy me a flight so I don't have to swim.
Make cool character art of us. And minis.
And if things go well, we'll even do a second campaign.
So here's the things that we promised. to get our friends together, play a game of D&D, and share it with you.
And if things went well, we were going to do even more.
Those things included having a set, having character art, doing a camera setup where we can see all of us on screen, and also having multiple seasons, which is something that is in the works.
So now that we've talked about that, let's look at the criticisms of this video.
This first slide is their layout. $100,000. These creators, the creators that people wanted to see play together are so little.
If we're understanding correctly, it seems this creator thinks that our layout wasn't very good.
We had a 4-camera setup so we could catch everybody at the table and all the little moments in between them. We thought it looked pretty good, but we can see where there might be some room for improvements.
David is the editor, and it took him quite a long time to edit episode 1.
Yes, but I learned a lot in the first episode, and based on feedback that we had already gotten from the community before we even saw this video, we're gonna implement some new stuff like some punch-ins, some cropping, and a couple of color correction things. I'm colorblind, so a little bit hard, but we'll get it done. So these are...
So yeah, they're responding to everything in good faith.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Exactly. Wow.
It reminds
Wow.
me of a D&D group that uses PNG VTubers to show their characters. Everyone does something different that makes them unique. And like what I like about this show is that like for one, it's a physical set, which is tremendous on there because like it's not a green screen or anything. It's a physical set.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah,
No, well, I'll have to check into this later, my guy. I'm sorry, I gotta run. But thanks for letting me crash for a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Bye, chat. Behave. You behave. More importantly, sir.
Never.
Please, whatever. I gotta go. I will talk to you later. Bye.
That was K-Huck, everyone. That was K-Huck.
Saying, I'm sorry you feel that way. I unfortunately will have to step away from communication for a bit because this is the type of experiences I would face and the reason I would be scared to speak out for 6 years. I'm sorry.
He's scared, chat. Mild criticism is the reason why he's scared to speak out for 6 long years, chat. Because remember, guys, from the video that we showcase, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, chat. He's just a really, really nice guy. And people have been keeping him down for 6 long years.
The way I presented my information wasn't to your standards and how you would have liked my content to be presented. I'm still open to your criticism and feedback, and I will take your words when I need to use them. Wish you the best in everything. A day later, on March 4th, MinMax posted their response video to me, and Crispy then posted their video covering the situation on March 6th. Just for clarification, Sellsword Arts is the one producing MinMax, and starting right now, I will be addressing them as the producers moving forward. So with that being said, I'm going to follow along with Crispy's video and presents research that I found and only cover the topics I feel like are necessary in regards to MinMax in this video.
Oh, you're not going to cover like your Rocky history. Oh, you're going to leave that part out. You're going to leave that real convenient part out, are you, buddy?
And if you are interested, I will provide additional information about points Crispy made that I didn't cover at the end of this video. So the first thing we will be discussing is when Crispy brings up the tech. I'm glad Crispy brought up the tech portion because there were some interesting things that I found when it came to the tech that was bought to produce MinMax. And I'm glad Crispy did his due diligence with doing his research on the audio, but surprised they said nothing about the lighting, and I'll address that a little later. First off, let's...
Yes. The guy's really anal about the guy's worried about this like he's their goddamn accountant. Keep in mind they've been fully transparent with everything that they've been doing so far. They have a whole video breaking down how much they spent on the lighting and everything.
Let's talk about the tablets.
This one is about the tech. Duke is really upset they spent so much money on tech to record this show that needs tech to function. Again, doesn't really make much sense that he wants the show to be higher quality, but also cheaper, especially in this field. Duke also goes on a long rant about the tablets.
In this video of the breakdown, they said they were going to be able to look at the tab, like us as viewers, we were going to be able to see the tablets in real time. We were going to be able to see the players work with these tablets in real time. You didn't see any of that.
Duke, the tablet view, that you're saying doesn't exist, the tablet view that wasn't implemented? Can we rewind back to when Duke was complaining about the camera zoom? Yeah, you see that giant screen right there? That's the tablet view. You idiot.
My issue with
Yeah, you see that big digital screen right there? That's the tablet screen, buddy. But yes, by the way, Min-Max, obviously, they address all of his points one by one.
right here is all we're seeing. Why did they have to get a set and not just use backdrops that they will all still be able to see?
Because they wanted to make a set. Because they said they wanted to make a set. And by the way, I love that he's like, because like his point simultaneously is that they are spending too much on the art, because that's one of his points, is that they spent too much on the artwork. But he wants them to hire artists for like backgrounds and shit. Which is it? Which is it, my guy? Are they spending too much on art, or are they not spending enough on art? Which is it?
The tablets was something that Min-Max actually addressed in their response video.
One of the issues we had is we wanted to be able to do a live feed of the character sheet to the project, but that didn't work out. But that doesn't mean it's not something we can do in post. Again, I'm learning as I go, and that's something that I'm hoping to put in the new episodes.
So the part that Crispy says that this is them showing off the tablets is false, because that's not what I or Min-Max was saying. That's what the tablets were going to be used for, and I'm thankful for Min-Max for addressing that. Next, Crispy talks about the cameras.
They could have saved hundreds, if not thousands of dollars by cutting corners and getting worse gear. Which again, very contradictory. You want the show to be better, but you also want it to be cheaper. It doesn't make any sense, especially in this particular section. But going through the individual points that Duke makes about the tech, you really expose how little he understands about anything. For starters, the cameras. Duke says they should replace their cameras with Logitech C920s. Duke, you mean this Logitech C920?
Yeah, God, I use that as like my main webcam for like the longest time. It's such a shit webcam.
This like Zoom meeting during the pandemic Logitech C920, like no hate against this camera, it's a great budget camera, but that's what it's for. It's for like people who want to have board meetings in their house. This is not professional grade film equipment. What the hell are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is a section in your video where you show the producers talk about the cameras and listen to how they describe the cameras in the budget video and then how they describe the cameras in their response video.
We didn't want to go with big DSLRs because that would have blown the budget just on 2 cameras. So I went with smaller action cams, and we've got them recording to a like big crazy NAS setup. Now the NAS, what we bought was some DJI
Action Cam 6s. Okay, so I'm going to look that up real quick. We're going to look that up together. Let's see. DJI Action 6. Okay, so these are GoPros. These are just like little GoPros. Okay, I mean, within the realm that these guys are mainly martial arts YouTubers, it makes sense that they use like those types of cameras, right? It makes sense. Let's see if we can get like a test footage video. Test video, here we go. Let's see, DJI Action 6, 8K. Test footage and comparison. Okay, let's see.
Alright, so DJI has just released a brand new firmware update for the Action 6, giving us the ability to film in 8K, which I am doing right now. And also, you can now upload your footage directly to a cloud service of your choice. But I'm mainly going to focus on the 8K stuff in this video because I do want to see, first of all, how much...
I mean, like, it looks good. This looks good.
space it takes compared to 4K on the Action 5 Pro or even the Action 6. And also I want to see if it improves the image quality, because honestly, I haven't been too impressed with the image quality of the Action 6 compared to the Action 5 Pro. And in fact, in some cases, I actually prefer the image quality from the 5 Pro, because at least according to the tests I've done with my previous videos, the Action 5 Pro delivered more detailed results. So right now I'm filming in 8K on the Action 6 and 4K on the Action 5 Pro, and I use automatic exposure settings with minus 0.3 EV compensation, same white balance of 5,500 Kelvin.
I don't know. I like. It doesn't look that bad to me. It doesn't look that bad. Am I just being a boomer here? Am I just being a boomer? Sorry. I will say, from my understanding, sometimes cheaper cameras can be better than more expensive ones, but I could be wrong. You can get some decent DSLR cams for about $400. No, yeah, I have a DSLR for about $400. Yeah, if you look hard, and if you look hard, and these are 24 megapixel or whatever, like what we were talking about, Nerdy John. How long you streaming for, John? I don't know, honestly, because like this is I find this to be a very entertaining topic, so I'm probably gonna be, and plus I have other stuff too, so I'm probably gonna be on this for quite a while. If you want to call in, Neon, go right ahead, because I find this very entertaining. But yeah, if anyone wants to call in, actually, let me get the invite to the server ready. I do have to like approve I have to approve it first before you guys can fully come in. Simply because we've had a problem of people raiding the server. But yes, if anyone wants to try and call in, you are more than welcome to. You're more than welcome.
Action Cam 6s.
My main problem I have in regards to how the producers are handling the budget is that they keep saying,
we're going to have a full, transparent public accounting of how we're using that money.
Because we promised you a total transparent budgeting of min-maxed. He did a budgeting video that was very transparent. In fact, most of the information that he gets comes from our budgeting video because we're trying to be transparent about where we're putting the money.
But yet there's barely information provided and no proof being shown about how the...
Barely any information provided? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hang on. That's false, you fucker. Most of the fucking information you get that supposedly says that they're a scam is from their fucking transparency video. They show it right here. Now, is it itemized down to the exact camera, the exact fucking type of microphone? No, but they're showing you where their money is going. And that's what they promise. They're showing you where their fucking money is going. But you just want to be a fucking retard. And you basically want to be like, well, I deserve an itemized list of everything. You're a fucking retard is what you are. A retarded is what you are. I wasn't going to call in a bit. I have a couple things to do first. Gotcha. I'm already in tech server, though. Oh, you're already in the server. Okay. Don't know why I read that as tech server.
The funds were actually spent. The only thing that we were told about the cameras they bought in their fully transparent budget video was that they were action cams and nothing else. It was only when the response video came out that we finally got the information that they were Osmo Action Cam 6s, which made me ask why that wasn't expressed in the budget video. The Action Cam 6 is the newest model releasing on November 18th, 2025. And if the cameras were just going to be mounted on a tripod pointing at a subject in their set, then the difference between the Action Cam 3, 4, 5, and 6 is very minor when it comes to video quality. Looking on Amazon, it seems like they bought two DJI Osmo Action Cam 6 enhanced combos, which comes to $950 after tax, and is closer to the price they provided rather than if the cameras were bought as standalones. Comparing prices between the different Action Cam models, they could have bought the Osmo Action 4 Essential Combo, which could have been either $200 or $282 per unit based off of the time of purchase, which could have cost at most $580 after tax, meaning they
We get it, man. If you were in charge of the show, you could have saved them so much more money. We get it. You could have saved them so much more money. Good on you, man. Good on you. Okay, these guys like, and say what you will about it, these guys clearly had the idea of like, okay, we'll get the latest model so that way it looks the best. And like, unfortunately, that's the thing with like GoPros. Even, you know, like there's not a whole lot of like, if you're looking at like, how many GoPros are there now? It's like they're up to like 9, aren't they? Like if you look at the footage from like a GoPro 9 to a GoPro 8, like the footage is like minuscule of difference, you know. But still, it doesn't stop people from buying the fucking latest model because they want to like have like good action footage.
They could have saved.
And if the idea is later on that they use these cameras to film like outside scenes for their D&D campaigns, then yeah, they're gonna want to use action cameras.
Saved at
That's probably what they're most familiar with, because that's probably what a lot of them use to film their fucking videos.
Minimum $345 on camera equipment. And Crispy, I am so sorry that I'm upsetting you once again by providing ways to keep.
This fucking sassy bitch with his like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Production costs low. I only bring it up because the producers apparently also want to keep production costs low.
We tried to keep expenses on the Min-Max channel as low as possible, but still producing a good season. And by keeping the costs low, by editing it in-house, by not having a bunch of middlemen and producers, we also get to spend your money even more wisely. We are being the best stewards of your money that we can.
So Crispy, to answer your question, yes, you can spend less on equipment and still receive similar quality. Now, it is important to note that the producers did state that they returned the cameras.
In fact, Min-Max didn't spend any money on camera equipment, and we were able to return the stuff that we had bought.
But with no proof of return, we don't know if it actually happened. Again,
oh my god, dude. You want them to be scammers so fucking bad. You want them to be scammers so fucking bad, dude. It's so fucking transparent. You want them, because that was the whole fucking thing with his original video, is he was trying to call them out as scammers when they're fucking clearly not. Wouldn't the newer models work longer than the older models as well, or is that just not how it works? I mean, it depends, right? It depends. It's like getting a new GoPro or like action camera in general. It's like getting a new iPhone or a new Samsung. You know, technically the newer phone is better, but the differences are so minuscule that you might not want to upgrade. But if this is like they're buying these cameras specifically for Min-Max, and they saw the camera quality that they liked, and they were, and again, they had the idea of filming these for like outside scenes. Like, I don't blame them necessarily for wanting to get good GoPro cameras. But no, this guy clearly wants them to be scammers so fucking bad.
The only thing the audience is relying on is the producer's own word, and that doesn't cut it if they state they're trying to be fully transparent. So it is an important question to ask on why the most recent and most expensive Osmo Action Cam was bought for the production rather than a model that can produce similar quality and is $200 cheaper per unit. Next is the audio equipment.
Finally, the audio. Duke says that they should only spend $900 on audio to mic up 7 people. Wow, that's ambitious. But the specific mic
invested in 7 pod mics, which cost around $80, $90 each.
The Rode pod mic specifically costs $100, and that's not counting shipping. So yeah, not $80 to $90. If we really want to get technical here, the Rode pod mic, specifically like the base model, not including like the one that has like the USB stuff enabled into it, it's $100. It's a good microphone. It's what I'm using right now to broadcast this. It's a fantastic microphone. I personally love it. Although my model has seen some wear and tear over the years. But no, yeah, it's a fantastic microphone. I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to do like XLR based microphone audio. And I think it's a bit more expensive, but there is a version now that is like USB enabled. So like you don't even have to get like a full audio interface. You can get the same microphone quality with a USB setup.
Each, you get 7 XLR cables and a decent 8-channel audio interface, all bought on Amazon. It would have delivered better audio quality and would have cost them $500 less.
Which is a great budget microphone. I love that thing. But it also costs almost $100 each, and Duke wants to buy 7 of them. Duke.
Plus cables, plus the 8-channel audio interface, which an 8-channel audio interface is going to run you anywhere from like $200 to $400. A decent one anyway.
Your $900 budget for audio is already almost completely blown out by just the microphones. Then he wants 7 XLR cables. Sounds like a nightmare for cable management, but sure, okay, 7 of those, $70 if you want them to be long enough. Finally, he wants an 8-input audio interface. To get a decent one, you have to go to Tascam. Even used, those things cost almost $400.
No, yeah, right here.
We're well past Duke's arbitrary $900 budget, but screw it. Let's just dig this hole deeper, because Duke also wants 7 boom arms. Okay, at their cheapest, boom arms are $20. We're already past the budget, so we might as well go up.
And this is my one critique of Rode pod mics here, is you have to get specific ones, or you have to get like adapters for the arms for these microphones. So yeah, you gotta spend some money on adapters too, which kind of sucks.
Wall out. If you want a decent boom arm that doesn't creak and drive you insane, that's $100 each. So, yeah, Duke. Because yeah, miking up 7 people is expensive. I'm impressed that they were able to do this at all on a budget of $1,400.
The issue that Crispy made is that they started to suggest getting $20 mic arms and instead said,
let's just dig this hole deeper,
and suggested $100 mic arms since my budget wasn't going to surpass MinMax's final audio cost. If the $20 mic arms are that big of a concern to you, then here are those $20 mic arms that are holding up my lights and being used filming while using a Rode pod mic as seen here, which I've had no issues with these arms. If Crispy chose to do the $20 mic arms for his version of my budget, then the total cost would have been $1,210, which is still under the price that MinMax spent on.
But guys, look how good I can do this. Look how good I can make this.
Their audio equipment. Also, here is a picture of what my audio tech suggestion is. And as you can see, creating a whole setup is cheaper than MinMax buying 4 microphones.
Look how good my setup is, guys. But we're forgetting the factor of like, because like they bought lavalier microphones. They bought lavaliers, which I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you know, if you want to do like action stuff, lavalier microphones are generally good to have. You know, as long as you factor in the fucking wind. Because my God, if you're I'm getting fucking Vietnam flashbacks from my fucking tech school days. But fucking like trying to record with a lavalier microphone on a windy day is a fucking nightmare. Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry, Crispy. You probably didn't know that based off of how you presented your video. So if you thought buying 7 pod mics for $700 is an issue, then I should probably warn you that MinMax spent $1,438 on 4 mics. And again, it is important to know that they did end up returning those microphones.
We were able to return them.
But according to you, we don't know if that actually happened or not. Because you want to insinuate that they're scammers.
Those microphones and reinvest that money into season 2.
Although there is no proof of it provided. But
okay, because he wants them to be scammers. Because this little bitch just wants to he wants to be the fucking victim. He wants them to be scammers so fucking badly.
Thankfully, we got to know what mics were bought thanks to a behind the scenes video that was released, and it shows us that the mics were BLX 188 CVLs. And this is the only way anyone could have known what mics were bought. And I should warn you that MinMax is also using XLR cables, so I guess by your standards, you're also calling MinMax's audio setup a nightmare. But here's the thing. Crispy, you are 100% right that I don't know what I'm talking about, because what I provided was a setup that is perfect for a live stream D&D game, but not for a pre-recorded D&D game. The issue with both MinMax and I's audio mixer is that it takes everyone's audio and puts it into a single stereo output. Meaning, if you record from the mixer, everyone's voice is trapped into one audio file, which can be a problem for post-production if people are having mic issues. Since this was a pre-recorded live play, let me show you what the producers use for audio equipment on their own channel.
Should you do acrobatics in a sword fight?
You can see they're using DJI wireless lav microphones, which would actually be perfect for this group since it delivers good audio quality, holds to a person well if you're moving and flipping around, and is a piece of equipment that the producers are already familiar with. And the best part about this is if they went with the DJI Mic 3 and bought 7 of them, it would have been $751 after tax, making it cheaper than mine, yours, and their setup. Plus, the DJI Mic 3s record internally, which means everyone would get their own separate audio output. And then you take all of the separate audio files and you put them into an audio editor like Reaper, and you apply a gate to each single one of those audio files saying, hey, do not play this audio until it goes past this level. And then you apply a half a second look ahead and a fade in that tells the program, okay, we're gonna play the clip a half a second sooner before it hits that level. And with that fade in, it then introduces someone's voice very naturally. And the same.
Here's the thing, man, right? If you can make a better D&D show, make your own D&D show then. You're here being like, I'm the arbiter of what can be considered like a good D&D show production. It's like, dude, okay? Like, listen. Like, I think I have my own nitpicks here and there when it comes to content creators. Like, I know I've definitely before been like, hey, I think this would be better. I think this would be like a better way of like doing stuff, right? I can see that. My microphone obsession activated. No, dude. Okay, well listen, I have a microphone-tism too. I was the audio guy for my multimedia class. It was a lot of fun, and look, I like audio. And like, look, there are the thing is, there are 100 different ways you can do audio for a production, for a live stream. And I'm not expecting them to know everything out the gate, right? And this is my thing, right? There can be hiccups with production along the way, as long as they're like, hey, this stuff's happening, which is what they said. Okay? As long as they're not fucking taking the money and running away with it, I'm going to give them as much grace as I possibly can. Whereas Duke here wants to insinuate that all of them are goddamn scammers. That's all he wants to do is, like, throughout this entire thing, he's just been insinuating constantly that they're scammers. On another channel they did some D&D stuff, but I don't think they ever finished the campaigns except for the one-shots. So he did do some D&D content, just didn't finish it. I know audio is your thing. yeah. But it's just so frustrating because it's like, dude, you have done this before and you have failed, and you're just like, you're a bitter old man who's angry that these new people are getting your attention when like you had to work hard to get your stuff, right? You had to work hard to get it.
Same thing happens with a close gate, where if you tell it to close a half a second later after the voice is done speaking at that level and fades out, you now have a clean fade in and fade out of someone's voice, and it just sounds naturally with no hard cuts. And then you just export all of the audio files separately, you sync them all together into your video editor, and then you only have to do minor cleanup with the audio. Listen, I love editing audio. It makes me so happy and gives me so much serotonin. Okay, Crispy, Let's move on to the lighting. Now, I know you didn't touch on this, but it does fall under the tech category, and I'm honestly surprised you didn't talk about this since you do state that you're a proper journalist. It might be good for you to know the lights the producers bought didn't come close to the price they said they paid for, which was $1,376.
We bought 4 lights for the players so you can see our faces.
All of the lights that you see above that are casting light into the room were provided by Self-Serve Arts. We already own those. We didn't spend any money on that.
If we look at the behind the scenes video, the lights used to light the players' faces are 3 Elgato LED key lights for $180 per unit and 1 Elgato key light Neo, which is around $75 per unit. And if you would have totaled all of that up, you would have seen that the final cost only comes to $650 after tax, which doesn't make sense if the producers are saying,
we bought 4 lights for the...
Well, hang on, actually. Let's see. Lighting 1,700. Okay, so if they either got marked up, they either bought a marked up price or... That's it. Okay, hang on.
The players so you can see our faces.
This is huge.
Well, let's see. Okay, so like they have the lights for the faces, but like obviously there's lighting for the sets.
And choosing not to look into it made you miss $1,348 of donations that none of us except the producers know where it's at. And if you're confused on how I even got to that number of unknown funds, it's because the producers also say,
in fact, MinMax didn't spend any money on camera equipment, and we were able to return the stuff that we had bought.
We were able to return those microphones and reinvest that money into season 2. We returned $3,000 what MinMax spent on equipment that didn't end up working.
The only equipment stated that was returned was the audio and the camera equipment, which only totals to $2,363. Meaning on top of the unknown $711 from the lights, there is an additional $637 of unknown funds in regards to returned equipment. They promised and stated multiple times that they were going to be fully transparent.
That can easily be explained. Hang on, okay. So like all they have to do is just make another video clearing up like, okay. One second. Wait, what's Glenn Miguel saying? They just said they didn't buy them because they already owned them, didn't they? Or did I hear that wrong? So the lights that some of the lights that they're using, they already had because of their own channel. So we have to go to their channel to see if they've provided any other statements regarding that. Now, the last thing they uploaded was episode 2, which was 3 days ago. So yeah, that is something they need to address then. That is something they need to address. I don't think it's scamming, though. I don't think it's scamming. I think it's something they can easily explain.
With the budget.
We're going to have a full, transparent public accounting of how we're using that money.
Promised you a total transparent budgeting of MinMax. He did a budgeting video that was very transparent. In fact, most of the information that he gets comes from our budgeting video because we're trying to be transparent about where we're putting the money.
And when a difference in pricing like this appears where the actual price is less than half of what they claim to have spent, it prompts questions and highlights the need for proof of what was actually spent. And by how you present yourself in your own video on how you didn't take what I said seriously on screen or not believing anything I showed on screen to be true since I presented everything on a PowerPoint.
Also, please don't miss the fact that
No, dude, also, I'm sorry, but it's the fact that you were yelling and screaming throughout the entire fucking thing. You did not do it professionally whatsoever. You cried on fucking camera, dude. Okay, so it was only some of the lights and not all the lights. My guess is they had some of the lights and probably spent some money on various lights. But again, that is a legitimate, to give Duke some leeway here. That is a legitimate concern, right? Which I wish they had addressed in their original video then, right? Because they're showcasing here that the money was spent. Either they got someone gave them a crazy markup on the lights that they bought, or they did some miscalculating, something along those lines. I doubt it's a fucking scam like he's like been trying to claim constantly.
That little clip exposes that all of the time and research Duke put into this video went into a freaking PowerPoint presentation. I mean, I prepare a whole media package filled with receipts that I gather over the course of days, weeks, sometimes even months. I have thousands of words written in a script and notes ready to go, so I'm ready to present this information in a consumable way. I could have just been making a PowerPoint presentation the whole time and like winging it. I'm missing out.
Then I guess that means you don't believe what MinMax showed in their fully transparent budget videos, since what they presented was also on a PowerPoint. And I understand how hard it can be to believe me, especially if this is what people saw me say in the producer's response video about the lighting setup.
Another thing gets brought up is the lighting setup we had.
They also showed off the lighting. They said they spent $1,300 on lighting. It would have cost them $1,000. I'm upset at this compared to what my thing is.
So actually, the recommendation that he makes in the video is the one that we did. I don't really understand the discrepancy about how much money that should have been. That's the price of the equipment.
Yeah, I'll admit, if you hear what I'm saying, it sounds like I'm angry and jealous, and I'm just trying to find everything wrong with...
Because that's what you were trying to do. That's what you were trying to do, man. I'm sorry, but if you didn't want to come across that way, why did you make that video off the fucking cuff? If you didn't want to appear like the fucking disgruntled D&D YouTuber, then why did you make the video the way you did initially? Or they're including the electricity for the building they used that go under the lights as well, lol. Who knows? I think that is something that's worth them clearing up. But so far, it's like, they're painting me as this disgruntled, jealous YouTuber. That's how you come off in the video, my guy.
With what they did at this point and just trying to prove that I could have done a better job. And I was like,
also too, I mean, maybe that points more towards like Crispy, but these guys were nice to you throughout the entire fucking video. They were nothing but nice to you. They were civil. They didn't throw any insults towards you whatsoever. It is, but I just wanted to make a lame joke. Yeah. But like this guy, like they could have gone on the offensive and like just absolutely fucking pummeled him, but they didn't. They were just like, hey, okay, there are some concerns, some valid concerns, and we want to address them.
Actually shocked to hear that they did what I suggested in terms of lighting. I was shocked because I never go into full detail on how to set up the lighting. And you would have known that too, since you...
How did they know what to do if I didn't give them full detailed instructions? You're expecting them to be fucking like buffoons. Like they don't know what to do with a goddamn light.
You state in your video multiple times that you watched my video.
Well, I checked out what he said. You see, when I watch Duke's videos, if you watch Duke's original video, when he published this video, I watched it within hours.
And since you did, you would have noticed that the producers edited that clip to make me sound like I was angry at them for not doing it my way. And seen the single frames left in where the cuts happened when they were piecing and altering my words together. But I understand.
Oh, they mischaracterized you. I'm so sorry. Okay, hang on. Let's go to how you originally said it then. I'm ready. Okay. Hey, Neon, welcome to the show. How you doing?
All right. Why is it I can leave for half an hour and he still sounds like a scorned girlfriend?
Dude, okay, so he has brought up a somewhat decent point that I think needs to be addressed by the producers, aka like the creators behind it. So in the original budget video, it says they spent over $1,300 on equipment, but then if you look at like the actual equipment that they said that they use, it comes to like $650.
Okay, did they go pick it up themselves or did they have it shipped, and what type of equipment was it?
Basically like Elgato key lights.
Okay, so at the most another $300 in shipping.
Possibly,
depending on where they got him from. If they went and picked him up in person, then yeah, that's $1,000 that needs to be accounted.
Yeah, no, yeah, and like I think it's worth them being transparent about that. But also,
I mean, if I was them, I don't see a problem showing the all the bills, bill lading or whatever you want to call it.
No, yeah, and like they did like. Again, like, because like a lot of the pretty much all the information that he got from his original call out video is from their budgeting video that they themselves made.
And you know, you're hitting a couple of my tisms with this stuff.
Oh, am I hitting the tisms? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, it's I've been studying D&D off and on since 1980. Whoever wants to do the math, have fun. And then I've been into photography off and on all my life. So I had to do research when I was going to art classes on what cameras are good for video versus picture, because and this might be a shock to people. If you're just taking pictures, a 12 megapixel camera is amazing for you, and it'll always do the job. And they're cheap as hell. The 24s, the only reason you want 24s if you're a visual artist or a videographer that you're going to be playing with pixels.
Right.
That's honestly all the difference is. If you're just taking video, there's no reason for it. But if you're actually going to do some production remapping and such to the video, you want 24 megapixels. And or the GoPros with 4K.
And that's exactly what they bought. They bought action cameras.
These guys drive me nuts with their. I know when they. It's worse than people who've never watched wrestling commentating on wrestling. Okay.
Yeah. And like another thing too is just like he's expecting like they needed to buy Rode pod mics, which is what I'm using right now. It's a great microphone. You're
talking about the mobile mics, right?
No, or
are you talking the stand mic?
The stand mic.
Well, the Rode that you they're basically lapel mics.
Oh, the Go wireless ones, yeah. But he was suggesting the Rode Pod mic, which is what he uses for his own productions, and it's a good microphone. But like the idea that they're for one. We have to realize what these guys are familiar with. They are familiar with GoPros. They are familiar with lavalier microphones. These are not like sit down and like let's record gameplay YouTubers. These are martial arts YouTubers who have equipment that they use for like on the go shit. This is like their first time doing
IRL, really in the world stuff, not sitting around a table stuff.
Yeah, and like we have to keep in mind they had the idea, the foresight of future productions doing live action bits of their D&D campaigns. So it makes sense they're just like, hey, instead of buying completely separate camera equipment, let's just like buy action cameras, let's buy lavalier microphones so that way it's the same audio quality, the same camera quality. And we don't have to do a whole bunch of work to like get everything done.
Well, and future proofing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, and that's why like, because like the GoFundMe got to $100,000 with the GoFundMe fee plus the tax buffer. They were left with about $72,000. After cost and production, they were left with about $47,000. And that money is for future seasons. So that way they can pay for flight and housing expenditures, as well as like any other emergency stuff that they might need to buy for future seasons.
Hence, as I had just said, future proofing.
Yeah, exactly.
Making sure you can do it in the future, not just here's one season. Okay, now we're going to throw another GoFundMe. They're saying, no, we're going to use this on the next season now.
Exactly. And that's exactly what they said. And their response was like, we didn't want to just blow the money on the first season and then beg you guys again for more money.
they're being cost effective creators. What?
Yeah. And like obviously like a good chunk of their money
Kettles has got to be spinning in her grave over this.
Oh my god, this guy would have had a fucking aneurysm if he ever found out about that shit. In their response video they were fully transparent. It's like, hey, the first batch of cameras that we bought and the first batch of like microphones we bought initially didn't work, so we had them returned and switched them out with different cameras and different microphones, which I assume are of the same quality, you know, like GoPro, lavalier microphone stuff. And he's like, well, we don't see that. So because like throughout this entire video, he's constantly insinuating that they were scamming the whole audience. Because that was his whole point to begin with in his original video, is that they're scamming the audience. He wants them to be scammers so fucking bad, so that way he looks like the good guy in all of this.
What? Oh my god. I'm trying to make sure you stay monetized. So what an artard of a fucking individual to go this far into the weeds over nothing, really.
And like and this is the thing, we have to wait and see. Unfortunately, like this is the majority of stuff involving like GoFundMe scams. We kind of have to wait and see if they spend the money on shit that they're not supposed to.
That can be the next 5 years, honestly.
Right. And I'm sorry, like the worst you can criticize them for is because this is like their first time trying to do a big production. They're buying stuff that they might not necessarily like absolutely need. Or like maybe there are more cost-effective ways that they can purchase something. But this is their first production. That's not like, let's film our martial arts.
Well, it's not like they have a Neon or Nerdy John just right there going, hey, this is more cost effective. This will cost you less money and get you more equipment. They're all striking it on their own.
No, yeah,
as a group.
They have like a tech, like there was apparently like a tech video showcasing like their lavalier microphones and stuff from a separate channel. So they do have like a tech guy helping them out, but I'm sure it's just like they're giving him the equipment that they already bought and he's working with it however he can.
Oh my god, man, this is yeah, there's a lot of autistic drama to this.
I love it. I love it so much.
On all three ends. In martial arts, I used to go out every weekend when I was in Texas and do amped guard, which is foam swords with PVC cores.
Oh, you'll love this. Cell Sword Arts, the main channel that's responsible for Midmax. They're based in Texas too. And you know what? You know what happened? Because keep in mind, the other content creators that they have involved in this are either from out of state or even out of the country. And obviously you have to plan this months in advance so that way everyone's schedules line up, so that way, because the other content creators aren't making any money from this. They're taking time out of their schedule from either a full-time job or their content creator endeavors to do this. So they're on a very tight window of time when they're able to do this. Do you guess what was happening when during the 3 days that they had available to film this D&D session for season 1?
Oh, that was the Texas snowstorm, right?
Yes. So they're filming in a warehouse that they were even lucky to get to in the first place, freezing their asses off, trying to film a D&D session with, I guess they had some
when Texas gets cold, it gets cold. Okay.
yeah, and then they had some technical difficulties on top of that too. So like they're trying it's amazing that they're even able to salvage season 1 to begin with, and I think that's just showcases how much they really wanted this project to work out. And he's trying to insinuate that, they're manipulating my words to make it seem like I'm angry.
They're not taking you out of context, little girl. You need to step up and man up, or you need to get off the plate.
It's like, dude, you were crying and yelling throughout your entire video.
God, what
And
is
that
he,
you do
fucking
your due
Mizkif?
diligence and proper journalism when it comes to this stuff. So I understand if you can't take my word for it and need the proper evidence. So going off of the advice you gave me in our Discord conversation, I'm going to take that advice and use it now to show you a comparison between MinMax's video and my original video in regards to the lighting setup. They also showed off the lighting. They said they spent $1,300 on lighting. It would have cost them $1,000. I'm upset at this compared to what my thing is. They also showed off the lighting. They said they spent $1,300 on lighting. I saw the lighting, and some of the lights I use in my own studio. Some of the lights that I used at live shows. And guess what? They could have used 4 LED aperture lights, and if they would have just lit them in a correct way, and maybe got 2 C-stands if they wanted to, it would have cost them $1,000. They ended up going a different route and spending an extra $376. I have made decisions like this. I have bought things being like, I think I need this, blah, blah, blah. I end up buying it, realizing that I never really needed it in the first place. And the difference between why I'm upset at this compared to what my thing is because majority of the time, all of that funds came out of my own pocket. I paid for them. They used not their own money.
Your original clip makes it worse.
Okay. I want to ask something.
Yes.
I have to ask this. Who the fuck puts a tracer on a bit that turns into a dollar bill that ends up wherever, on Amazon or whatever? Because if he says that his money went to the lighting, he can't say it went to something else. And I'll bet money he says it every time he's complaining about one of these things. He's like, I'm upset because it's my money.
Oh, he didn't donate a dime to this GoFundMe.
Then why the hell is he phrasing it like that? Because that is very disingenuous, sir.
Because he's the guardian for the community. Okay, he's looking out for the community.
So what does he think? He's Aiden?
Yes. He wants to because in his original video, he says that he's tired of being the nice guy in the D&D community, and he's gonna start calling people out. And the first people he decides to do that are newcomers.
Because he's sure not a Nick Diorio.
I shit you not.
Yeah, with what you just described, he is literally fucking Aiden for that community.
Yeah, no, for real. Let me show you the intro bit again. We showcased this earlier, but let me show you the intro bit again. This guy is just fucking insufferable. Oh, by the way,
don't make me make videos on idiots.
By the way, his original video was like, "This is absolutely pathetic," and like his original thumbnail was calling them pathetic. Like he was super aggro against them, and then he pretended like, "Oh, I'm just concerned." Like as soon as he saw that the community was not for what he was doing, he tried to dial his tone back a bit.
Made before. Why? Because I've always been a nice guy.
He's always been a nice guy, Neon. He's always been a nice guy.
And I have been labeled as a nice guy within this community, within creators. You know what? That's fine. I have enjoyed that title. I have been proud to hold that title. I love this community dearly. I love the people here because you guys have supported me and you guys are just a terrific group of people. And I care about you guys so very much. I'll also say with this video, I know a lot of...
Yes.
So I just have to say this because it's something even Xylee would call out quickly. People who say they're nice guys aren't.
No, yeah. If you have to state that you're a nice guy, you're probably not.
Okay, guys, like Nerdy's heard this from me. Other people in the community have. I don't say I'm a nice guy. I say I'm an asshole.
Yes, so do I. I'm like, listen, I'm an asshole.
If you find me nice, cool. But I call myself a self-proclaimed asshole for a reason. And it's because of people like this that call themselves nice that are some of the most bad faith, fucking delusional fucking idiots. You want to be a gatekeeper for fucking something, go be a gatekeeper for your ass at a gay bar or something, motherfucker. Because gatekeeping my D&D, fuck you. I've been messing with that game longer than you've been breathing.
And this is exactly like I don't think this is like their first time playing D&D, but like obviously this is their first time delving into like the D&D content space, and like you can tell from like their videos and how they've interacted with the community, they've been nothing but positive. Like even in their response video, they could have been fucking harsh towards this guy, but like listen how they address him.
Used webcams instead of buying Osmos because webcams are cheaper. And while they are cheaper, they don't have as good of video quality. But even more so, I want to set the record straight and say that Sellsword Arts already owned all of those Osmos. We didn't buy any Osmos for MinMaxed. What we bought was some DJI Action Cam 6s.
We had 2 cameras, but we had to buy 2 more that were gonna work in this specific setup because it's so small. We didn't want to go with big DSLRs because that would have blown the budget just on 2 cameras. So I went with smaller action cams, and we've got them recording to a like big crazy NAS setup. Now the NAS we did not pay for with MinMax money. Sellsword Arts paid for that because we need that for our stuff. We're just like, hey, we'll use this.
And we bought those. When we got to production, they didn't end up working. So instead, we used our tech team's other Osmos and a webcam that they had. So in fact, MinMax didn't spend any money on camera equipment, and we were able to return the stuff that we had bought. And next season, we're going to upgrade and have even better stuff.
And the reason there's a discrepancy between what you're hearing now and the update video we made before is that we didn't know they weren't gonna work.
In our budgeting video, we hadn't had a chance to hook everything up in the space. Actually, we had quite a few technical problems. The computer we were supposed to be using worked in the studio, but then didn't work in the space. Our tech team was so good. They found workarounds, they made everything work, and we're still very proud of the project we made, but we can see where there's some areas for improvement, so we're already in the process of looking at better tech, both for the visuals and the sound and everything else.
So they're like completely professional throughout their entire response. And there's a part here where there's like, it's quite upsetting how this guy's like trying to say that we're scamming people and that we're not doing enough. Cause it's like, he said it like, cause like, obviously I think it's safe to like, it's clear to say that these are not like drama people. Like these are just people who like talking about swords. They like D&D. And there's a part here where they say, well, like, it's quite upsetting that this guy like is so aggressive with like his criticisms and like trying to say that we're scamming people, because that's not what we want to do.
Jeez. The 2 people besides MinMaxed, right? Crispy and this guy are very special.
Very.
Because I've seen some of Crispy stuff. Crispy is shooting a shotgun at content right now and seeing what floats. Because they're delving into commentary, then they're delving into this. They've got a lot more on this than they do commentary, but the swings in commentary, I honestly advise to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
It's short-term money, but long-term, you're going to get a lot of grief.
Yeah, I mean, he's winning from this. He's winning from this because this guy's just a fucking moron.
I don't know many people who couldn't win from calling on this guy. Jesus.
Because his entire point is like, I can do this production better. I can do this production better. But like, he's tried to do this production level before and it failed.
I'm not going to say it's not hard. It is. All of it is.
Right.
Because when you're putting together a show like, say, Critical Role, in general, even without extra, just using Roll20 and Discord and streaming it, if you're doing the episodes, taping them like you would a podcast normally, all the editing and stuff is not easy. It takes time.
No, yeah, because I mean, and then like you gotta edit any like visual stuff that you want to do as well. And like they said it in their response video. Episode 1 came out kind of choppy because like, again, as they mentioned in their response video, they had some technical difficulties throughout the production.
And a learning curve.
And a learning curve, yeah. And like the pressure is on because they only had 3 days to film this.
Yeah, this is worse than like doing a content stream up where you just do like 8, 10, 12 hours of content because you're going to be away for a bit. This is a lot worse than that because you still have time.
Yeah.
They had a 72-hour window to get everything they wanted taped, and then go. And if they had anything they needed to retape, they're screwed.
No, yeah, and the fact that they even got season 1 out because of this storm is a miracle to begin with.
I haven't seen their stuff. I actually want to look at their stuff now because, yeah.
Well, let's.
I mean,
because
they're not a multi. They're not like $100,000 or $1 million budget fucking production, so they're not going to be Critical Role or the other offshoots.
No, and like I know, like Cell Sword Arts is like the most popular channel, which is why like they're the ones like forfeiting the bill for this most of the time. But like they're popular in the realm of like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Like their like long form videos do well, but like obviously most of their audience is from like the Shorts algorithm. And like as good as that is, obviously you're not going to get a whole lot of money from like shorts and stuff. But like look at this, this is an actual set that they made. I think visually this looks perfectly fine.
Into the attic?
I got into the attic.
I'm
in the attic.
Yes.
We're all in the attic.
But who like?
It was Clark first.
Clark was not first. Okay,
I'm up second.
I'm gonna give you 2 people in the
Lighting
attic.
looks perfectly fine. They sound. I know they were a bit echoey in episode 1. I guess he in post he was able to fix that. This seems perfectly fine.
Well, if
like one person
if they
on
did
the ladder,
multiple recording tracks, it would have been easy to edit out the track that was echoing.
Yeah. Well, I think they accidentally filmed it. They recorded it all in one single audio track.
Oh, that takes more time by a lot because I have an audio editor that I can go into video and kill channels, but you've got to find the perfect channels to remove.
Yeah, because they had an 8-channel audio interface, but the one they use doesn't separate the audio channels.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this looks perfectly fine.
Okay,
it would have to be then Clark's in the attic, Ben was pushing him up, and Jack's.
I'm on the ladder. Yeah.
Okay.
To keep with the deadly do-right.
Also, too, they're using lavalier microphones, so like it's gonna sound a bit echoey, unless like they are in a well-treated like warehouse. No matter what.
Well, you've got 7 people in the same room in what amounts to a vault, which echoes, with sets that help cut the echo. And the sets don't look bad.
I like the sets. I think this is like the most charming part of like their thing. By the way, previously in his first video, and like he kind of doubles down on it here, but like he says, "Oh, well, they didn't need to spend money on sets. They could have just spent money on art." But like he also criticizes them for spending too much money on art.
So like what I personally would have done, this is the artist part of me coming out, is on the stone, use a wash on it. It's where you put a little bit of black ink and water and just go over it to distress the stone a little more. That's a nitpick though. Because it looks good.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, like and like obviously this is like this is their dungeon master for the game. I think his part of the set looks good. This part of the set looks good. This all and like the art. I like the art. It all goes together very well.
So Clark and I are upstairs. Who's next?
Oh, we get a full cam of this. This is fucking awesome. Actually.
So the iron I would have done a little bit differently, but it's all like preference though. But on average it's all solid stuff. I would love to do a fucking D&D session in there myself. Shit.
No, and this is their first big production.
God, what a tard.
I used fan support for all of this. And again, that is why I am upset. And now a question for you, Crispy, since you posted your video regarding this situation, and by our conversation, it sounds like you only post these videos when you have all of the facts straight. So can you share with me on why MinMax purposely edited out the main reason I was upset and instead made it look like I was mad at them for not doing things my way?
You were mad at them for not doing things your way. And also too, again, part of dude, your original, like that original section of your video makes it worse because why are they insinuating that I'm mad at them for not doing things my way? Dude, in your original video, you're insinuating that they're scamming people.
Oh no. So this is stupid to even put in his video, right? I'll explain why. When he does the cost analysis for the lighting, he's literally mad because they didn't do it his way. He literally says, you should have done it the way I did it, and I did it this way.
Mm-hmm.
In his tone and his words. He might not have said it exactly like that, but that was what he was saying. So to come later and go, well, they made it seem like I was mad at them for not doing things my way. They didn't need to edit that. You were mad because they didn't do anything your way.
Yeah, and dude, you're mad. You're also mad that they didn't include, because he's trying to say the real reason why he's mad is because again, they're taking the community's money and mishandling it. Mishandling.
If they put it into an account that they are not touching until they do season 2, they haven't mishandled it. And if they do season 2 and they use a third of that money and they still have money left over and set it aside for season 3, you still can't complain even if they just spent it on season 2 and there's no season 3 because they did do what they said they were going to do.
So far,
Go
far,
ahead.
the worst you can say is that because this is their first big production, they bought stuff that didn't work, so they had to return it, and they didn't buy the most optimal equipment. Oh no, first timers didn't buy the most optimal equipment. Oh no.
So something we've discussed before, and something somebody said in chat is, the most expensive is not always the best. I'm sorry, but buying a Nikon for something you can do with a Canon or a Pentax is just stupid in my opinion, because you don't want to have to deal with anything more proprietary than you have to.
Right.
And you want to get as much off the shelf as you can.
And you don't want to work with anything that you're not too familiar with, or not too unfamiliar with. Sorry, if I'm saying that right. But
yeah, if you're unfamiliar with something, you don't want to. Because you're less inclined to deal with it than if you're familiar with the interface on something.
Right, and
without a doubt.
Obviously, because I have one, there are plenty of budget DSLR or mirrorless cameras that you can buy from a $400, $500, or $600 range. But these guys are not familiar with DSLR cameras. They are familiar with GoPros. They are familiar with lavalier microphones. So if they're buying equipment that they're familiar with, obviously production is going to go a lot smoother, even though obviously in hindsight we know that they had some technical difficulties. But I can understand what they're trying to do on paper, because for the shot stuff here, I'm sure a DSLR camera would have been you could have had a blurry depth of field.
Yeah, using the camera that you picked up, or one of the ones that I was looking at from Pentax that were also 24 megapixel, would have been perfect for this. You don't need a ton for this. You already have the set. You're not doing crazy green screen stuff, thank God.
Which is what he suggested that they do, by the way. He wanted them to just green screen all of this.
You green screen it, you get artists, yes, and you pay artists, yeah, you can do that. But you have to find an artist you're comfortable putting that kind of money and that kind of time crunch on.
Yeah.
And if you're not comfortable with it, it's smart to not do it. I love artists. Nobody get me wrong. I am an artist of sorts myself. I love artists. but there are variables people never think about until it's right up on them, and they're like, oh my god, I need to get this and this and this and this and this done. Why
Right.
don't you do it 6 months ago? Why don't you start it 6 months ago? That way the project has time to breathe and has time to move.
And and this is no diss to any artist, right? I love, obviously, like I primarily use green screen for when I'm on camera and stuff. I love the art that I have commissioned, mostly for the stream stuff, mostly by Magical Porpoise, aka Kat. You know, she does fantastic stuff for she did fantastic stuff for Now Recording, Half Baked, and several other YouTubers. She's a fantastic artist. But you know, like there's something about having a physical set that just like, wow, like, you know, you it feels a bit more immersive. And like the fact that these guys are in like costume, well, some of them are in costumes. These two aren't. But like,
well, I have to pose another question for you.
Yes.
Since when has set design not been an art? In set building.
Yep.
Because you have to use carpentry and other works, and carpentry is considered an art.
Right. I mean, Twin Peaks, like the set design for that show, when it comes to like the fucking what's the one room called that like the FBI agent goes into where they all speak backwards.
I haven't seen Twin Peaks.
Oh shoot. But like set design is an important visual medium for like TV shows.
Have you ever seen The Ranch?
No, I don't think so.
It was a Netflix show. It was pretty good, but like,
is that the comedy?
The comedy with Sam Elliott and it was Danny Masterson and Ashton Kutcher.
Yes, I've seen some episodes here and there.
But oh god, go back. Thank you. I want you to tell me what's not artful within this realm. Come on, actually, yeah. Of this still.
Oh, you posting it somewhere, or you?
I'll post it in side chat so it'll make it easy.
Okay.
Or wherever I can. It'll either be a DM or side chat.
Okay.
Okay, it'll be a DM.
Okay.
I'm just curious. I would really like to know. Let's move on to what Crispy has to say about the producers holding back $47,000 worth of funds for future seasons.
Which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
That's the one that hurts me the most, is that he's talking about it like these guys aren't going to use it for future seasons, when 99% of the time, the reason why you don't get another season of anything is because of funding. If they already have the funding, then they're already like 90% there.
Right. And he's like, oh, because like in his original video, you can tell he's like, he talks about like a scorned lover would, with like, oh, well, you see, it's going to be diminishing returns. Yeah, your first video is going to do fucking fantastic, but then it's going to get less and less views as it goes on. And like, they actually address that. They go like, yeah, we understand that. That's why we're holding money back. So that way we can save up money. So that, because like, they know that, because like, it will, because it's over 400. It's a 400,000 sub channel. Oh, why is my computer on the fritz? 1 second. Hopefully you guys can still hear me.
I can still hear you.
Okay. Okay. Everything's okay still on my end. I tried dragging that picture into like the fucking browser, and now my computer's freaking out. So it might be a second, but luckily we have a lot to talk about here. Like none of the creators so far are making money off of this, because all the money is going back into the production. They are open to the idea of like, obviously like t-shirt sales and like, you know, merch and all that. Like they're open to that, but you know, it might be a bit before they can do something like that.
And
this guy's just so fucking annoying. Because it's like it needed to be done my way. It needed to, because that's essentially what his whole attitude was. If I needed to be on staff for this, and like in his original like pitch for his employment, he was saying stuff like, "Oh well, instead of filming outdoors, they can film it at my house. They can film it in my studio." It's like, why? Why would they do that?
He wanted to be that much more of a gatekeeper. He wanted to be able to say, well, we can't have filming this day.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do this.
Yeah, he wanted to be the head honcho in charge of this.
He wanted to be HDIC.
I think he's just really upset that, because obviously any project he's done before, he had to do it out of pocket. But here comes these new guys who haven't been in D&D as long as I have, and they get a crowdfunding campaign. And keep in mind, the original crowdfunding campaign, they were only asking for $10,000, so that way they can cover business, like travel expenses, and then like make a small set.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of like mesmerized by something. So he disabled comments on this video, right?
Yes, he did. He did.
And dislikes.
Yes, which we can't. The only person who can see them is him.
Well, what's funny about that is the only person that can see him is him, but they still go into the algorithm. They still push his video into the algorithm farther.
Mm-hmm.
No comments and no dislikes means if somebody doesn't like it and they can't make a comment and they can't do that, it's not going any farther. It's going to stay dead in the algorithm. Jesus,
he wants, like, I bet you if he came out as the victor for this, he would turn on comments and turn on likes. He's not going to,
my God.
Of course.
Could somebody give him his bunnies, please?
Right.
Context
and his lollipops to go with his rainbows,
because they raised $100,000, but they really only needed like 20,000 in order to make the first season happen. So after paying,
because initially they were like, "Hey, let's have a one and done D&D session where we all get together, we have fun," and like the community was like, "Holy shit, let's give you more money," and funny enough, they had to close the goal themselves because within 4 days, because like the campaign only lasted 4 days, and they went from a goal of $10,000 to $100,000. So it wasn't like they were like, "Guys, we need $100,000 in order to do this D&D campaign," because the original 10,000 again was just to cover expenses and to create a small set. And Duke is like doing this entire thing where it's like, well, you see, he's insinuating that they wanted to scam the D&D audience this entire time.
paying for taxes and paying for fees, they took the rest of the money and saved it for future seasons, which I think is really smart. Duke disagrees. See, he accuses MinMax of holding this money in suspicious manner because what if season 2 doesn't happen? Season 2 is just a what if.
Well, no, you see, them holding the money back is so that way season 2 is not a what if, because they've said it several times that season 2 and 3 are happening. That's why they're holding the money back.
What if your show fails? Then what are you gonna do with the money? You gonna run away with it to Colombia or something? No, Duke. You got it completely backwards.
Number one, we didn't want to throw all of this money at season 1. We can't tell a good enough story in that amount of time.
By holding back the money that we did, we guarantee future seasons. And I know in the video he kind of claims that it's only if season 1 does well, but that's not the case. We held it back in case season 1 doesn't do well. We are guaranteed another season, and I think another season after that.
Yeah, for anyone with more than 2 brain cells bouncing around their head, that would be obvious.
As someone who is the proud owner of having 2 brain cells, I used one brain cell to understand their reasoning by saving them money for future seasons, and I used the other brain cell to ask the question on, what if season 1 doesn't do well? That question has not been addressed by the
What do you mean it hasn't been addressed? They addressed it.
They literally said it doesn't matter what happens with season 1. Season 2's happening.
Because like, keep in mind, this isn't really a money making project for them. This is
It's a passion project.
Yeah, and it's a way for their friends to meet up and like have a fun D&D game. He cannot see past the forest. He's just like, but, because he's thinking purely from a business standpoint from this. He's completely ignoring the fact this is for friends to have fun with. And if they make money along the way, more power to them. Well, what if season 1 doesn't go well? They literally explain that's why they have the $47,000, so that way they can cover season 2 expenses.
Well, didn't they say they could cover season 2 and possibly even a 3rd season?
Yes, because obviously the bulk of their spending was for like the sets, microphones, lighting, and obviously that's all done.
And they have that now.
Yeah, and like they did show in their transparency video that with for travel for everyone was a little over $10,000, which makes sense because flights from like the UK, other states. And then like housing, food costs, and all that. It makes sense that would be roughly around $10,000 because travel's fucking expensive nowadays.
Well, for me, because of my size, it would probably, if I went back to the U.S., cost me $6,000 for a ticket, just the ticket.
Right, and like
for round trip.
I think it's only one person definitely traveling outside the country, maybe 2. Because one of them might be Canadian. But like majority of them are like traveling within the States, but they still have to house them. They still have to like, provide food and stuff. Because like, again, these creators have to take time out of their day. And if they're not full-time content creators, then they have to take time from their legitimate jobs.
They have to take vacation or something. Yeah.
And he's just like, What if season 1 doesn't succeed though? And it's like, well, that's why they have safety nets, so that way they don't do another GoFundMe campaign.
Producers and as a possible outcome, because what does happen to $47,000 of donations? You even showed it in your clip when they say,
but that's not the case. We held it back in case season 1 doesn't do well. We are guaranteed another season, and I think another season after that.
There is no guarantee that future seasons will happen, and they
literally said season 2 is happening. They literally say that in that clip.
1 doesn't do well. We are guaranteed another
season,
and I think another season after that.
There is
I swear he has autism. I swear he fucking has Aiden level autism at this point.
Right.
That future seasons will happen, and they even state it in their budget video.
And that means we're hoping that the money we've got here will easily do 2 more seasons
for sure.
Goes right. If everything goes well,
automatically get 3 seasons.
Assuming everything goes well and the thing explodes.
Yeah.
But no. Okay, fine. But maybe more.
Okay, they're clearly like joking around there, and okay. Let me pull up their fucking budget video because like they show it that like, yeah, the cost was around $10,000 for like travel expenses, and obviously like, hey, they might want to build like a new set, maybe a new costume, maybe get some new artwork for season 2. So yeah, like you gotta give them some leeway there. But like obviously the majority of what they want done is already done. So yeah, here we go. The people, flights, $2,000, hotels, $4,000, staff pay around almost $2,000. And then
and per diem's 24. So what a per diem's going to be is it's going to be something that they probably agreed on for the content creators.
Mm-hmm.
to get to subsidize what they're missing out on their streams.
So yeah, there's a little coverage. There's a little bit of a like, hey, you're not making a lot of money from this, but like here's some cash to like. Incentive.
And the staff pay is going to be their tech department more than likely.
Yeah, the person who's like actively like monitoring the recording as
3 or 4 days pay, $1,800 between like 3 or 4 people on 3 days. That's fucking solid.
Yeah, and this is what they're left with: $47,000, which I think is perfectly enough money for a season 2 and a season 3. Obviously, again, it depends on if they want to buy new costumes, new art, maybe upgrade the set.
Well, you know, on the costumes part, it depends. The smartest thing to do, and this is me in general telling people, is to find your local SCA chapter and get a hold of the seamstresses there. They usually give you a reasonable price and they will sew just about anything.
So yeah, and like obviously when season 2 and season 3 are rolling around, they're going to be more experienced, so they'll know how to like be more cost effective. Like I see, he wants them to be scammers so fucking bad that he's just like, well, season 2's not possible.
And
he's going into the weeds so fucking far.
Yeah.
Audience that because some of their own guarantee.
Also, too, like obviously I can't say because like obviously I don't make this much money. I don't get this many views myself. But like, let's see. And obviously, again, it's going to be diminishing returns. But because you know what, I'll even include their fucking response video. Their first video got 1.3 million views, episode 1. Their response to him got 481K views. Oh, and they're doing their own podcast too. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay, so there's a visual format and then the audio format as well. So like audio format got 49K. And then episode 2, which is 3 days old, got 34K views. Obviously, there's a drop off here, but we have to also keep in mind that there's a 2-week period between episodes. So this might increase by the time episode 3 rolls around.
And like, we don't know D&D community wise how well they're doing there versus how well they're doing in the overall YouTube community, because you know, how many subs do they have versus that 240 something?
Let's see, 464K.
So episode 2 got 243K views. That's 50%. That's better than 90% of the YouTubers get. So
no, yeah, and okay, hang on, testing. Are we back? We back. That fucking sucks. Looks like we might be back. We back, chat? We back? Please say we're back, chat, please. Okay, it looks like we're back. Okay. Luckily, I don't think we missed too much. We were just kind of talking about like Okay, so they weren't missing much. That's good. Oh shoot. Okay, hang on. Now we've got an opposite problem of the audio. 1 second. I'm just gonna have to change stuff real quick to make it work. So let me switch over the that, and then properties. Go ahead and speak.
Check.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Phew.
What will happen to their money if season 1 doesn't do well, since these are both possible outcomes?
Again, season 2 is a guaranteed. they said that money is in case season 1 doesn't do well to begin with. Because guess what? They want to do this for fun. This is not like a make or break success story for them. And you know, Neon, I think audience members can tell if something's done for fun or if it's done purely to make a profit. Because, okay, for example, we'll use commentary related stuff. Nicholas Diorio, he gets a shit ton of money. It's not because he needs it, because he has a full-time job. But people see how much fun.
Full-time job, yeah.
But people see how much fun he's having on stream, and they want to donate to him. But if you look at someone like, let's say, Xander Hall from like the Twitch poll space, that guy begs for money constantly on stream and barely makes any money because people
DSP.
A DSP, and another excellent example.
Better example because he's like higher up in the YouTube ecosystem of people knowing who he is.
Yeah, and
because if it wasn't for commentary, I wouldn't know who Xander Hall is. But DSP,
right.
Like
everyone knows who he is at some point. But yeah, like people, because like I guarantee you why this guy, his projects never succeeded was because it was a clear money venture for him. Whereas these guys, it's a fun project with their friends.
You want to hear another one that like kind of breaks that to an extent?
What's that?
Keemstar kind of breaks it. You never can tell if he's having fun or if he's legitimately angry, but he still makes a ton of money doing it when he goes live.
True. But like, I think as long as they're having fun, I think the audience will show up. Even if it's not like a million, even if it's not like 1 million plus people, as long as they're able to keep, let's say like a consistent like 250,000 people watching an episode. I think that's a success right there for a smaller D&D production.
I'm going to go farther than that. I'm going to say, what is it? The standard's only like 10 or 15% is what you're aiming for viewership versus subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 25K, they're already a success. When they hit 200, they're, for what they are in the niche they're in, Jesus, man, 250K is crazy without being a household name. It's.
And then keep in mind, like, out of those people that are consistently watching, you know, a good chunk of those people are going to buy like merch.
Mm-hmm. Or they're going to go over to the other channels and support those streamers as well, or those content creators as well.
Right. So this is
what they do. So
like advertising for their stuff, because it's like, oh, you like how I played this archer in this D&D campaign? Well, come to my channel where I actually show you like the historical significance of archery.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
it's a win-win just as long as they get 20K,
right?
25K. So they're already winning.
$47,000 of people's hard-earned money on the line here.
And you see, this is what I mean. He's trying to insinuate constantly that they're scamming people, that they're being disingenuous with the fucking money.
Well, my biggest question is if it's not your money, why the fuck are you trying to be this guy? Because nobody wants your opinion. Nobody wants your attitude towards a project that is successful, and you're crying because they're successful at this point. Is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not that's actually the case, when you put out a hit video on something that you've already been bitching about, when they have success, like over 1 million views on the first video, and then he comes out with something that makes you look petty and weak.
And like, this guy's channel has been on the decline for a while. Like, the only way he gets views, like, is by doing like compilations of like his older stuff. And then like, obviously he got like a shit ton of views from like his initial like video talking about this. Yeah, because he's hemorrhaging subscribers, by the way, because he was close to 1 million. Now he's like closer to 900,000. and look at his videos, okay? Like
16K, 28K.
23K, 42K, and these are all these are compilation videos of his older content. Okay, well this one's a newer one.
I want to ask you something.
Yes.
When did you swap over to Nick's channel? This looks like Nick's views with literally 9 times the subscribers.
And keep in mind, this guy doesn't live stream on this channel, so this is all the money he's making. Oh, 3 months ago,
I'm sorry, but
3 months ago he got a video that almost hit 100K in terms of views.
But like,
it's another compilation video. Nothing original.
Of course it is. Wait, what was that one? Keep your chin up, both of them? Healing words for clerics who hate their party.
Compilation. Let's see what grade A content he's been making. Because obviously, you know, he's a production master. If he's constantly criticizing them and saying what they can do better, right? So like obviously, whatever he produces is like grade A, right?
Hey, Cleric, I got this bad crick in my neck. You got a healing word that could fix this? Absolutely. Hey, keep your chin up. Both of them. Thank you? No problem. And one for the road. Your neck is looking so strong. Must be from all the weight it's supporting. Okay. Hey, Cleric, Barbarian was trying to show me that he could cast spells, but instead just punched me in the face. Could you healing word this? You got it, boss. Even though the Barbarian couldn't fix you being the least fairest in the land, at least your humor shines brighter than most.
This is the guy criticizing production content, by the way. This is the guy.
These aren't even so like in comedy, and you should know this from some of the different circles you run around. There's lame. There's so lame it's good, or so bad it's good. These don't hit the so bad they're good. It's just lame.
Right. Well, you know what? This is older content. This is compilation. So let's check out one that's like actually like original. You know, like something he made specifically for. Oh, okay, here we go. A how to create a character on D&D Beyond. Step-by-step guide 2026. Okay, let's see what he's doing here. Let's see.
His first transgression against the D&D community was going on to D&D Beyond.
Hey, I was wondering if you had to make a character on D&D Beyond. I thought you'd never ask. If you keep scaring me like that, I never will. Great, so you want to use D&D Beyond to create a character? Yes. Great, so do you know anything about creating a character on D&D Beyond? No, that's why I came to ask you. Great, so creating a character on D&D Beyond is just so much faster and beginner friendly. Because it's a program, and it takes care of all the calculations and back-end work for you. No, what makes you think that? Because programs like that are built to help new players get into the game! Listen, I am sensing a...
Loud equals funny. Loud equals funny.
Yeah, a la Boogie 2988.
Right, and as your friend, I think
Oh my god, that's what it is! He's skinny, somehow less funny Boogie.
I don't know how you could get more or less funny than Boogie is these days. I really don't, but I think you're right.
Your management.
Anyway, as this program helps new players create their character by taking care of all the calculations and back-end work, mother of a juvenile shadow dragon, you'll soon come to realize that this program...
So this is just like standard YouTube comedy skit production. Like, it's not bad. I want to clarify that. It's not bad, but it's just like...
It's not anything groundbreaking or anything like super funny that I'd send to somebody else. I look at this and go,
Right. Also,
let's go see what else is out there. Jesus.
Also, only 16K.
Can we get good content creators?
No, you're asking too much. I gotta be like the maid from Family Guy. No.
No.
no good D&D creator for you.
The content in general.
They kind of only know the answer to one of those questions. The next segment Crispy goes over is how the producers handled the GoFundMe when it was live. And Crispy, thank you once again for telling me that I needed to take more time with my research.
Okay, pause a second.
Because what?
So, production-wise, right?
Mhm.
Like when you have a scene like this, when you're doing video,
Yes.
he's got too much light.
No, yeah,
The
because
wood in the background is reflecting the light back into the camera. So is the AC unit. So is the light up there. He wants to talk about like bad production and shit, and like there was none of this in that first season 72-hour shot campaign that they did.
no, it was all decently lit. Like, could the lighting be better? Sure, but the lighting did what it needed to do.
I'm sorry, if he's gonna nitpick, I'm gonna nitpick him.
Right, exactly.
His production quality is not what he thinks it is.
Right. Well, we're looking at Temu Fred Durst, you know?
Hey, that's still an insult. It's more like Wish Fred Durst.
Clarifies misinformation being spread by fans, min-maxed, and yourself. So let's listen to what you have to say.
Another bit of context that they added, though they really didn't have to, considering, I mean, I was there for the GoFundMe. I saw this happen. They add the context that they turned off the donation button. Once again, they did not want $100,000, but that's what they got, so they may as well use it. Duke is really upset.
Again, with the context of the initial GoFundMe was just to cover the travel expenses and then make a small set. They got way more than they initially thought that they were going to get.
I have a question. Is that green screen or is that actual set?
I think that's an actual set that Crispy has.
Because it actually is nice looking.
No, yeah, I will say Crispy
It's
has
a little
fantastic
cluttered, but
set.
it does look decent.
Yeah, because this is like a zoom in shot. He's got like a wine thing here, like some because like sometimes he'll have like a D&D book in like the background because he gets sent free stuff apparently. And Duke is really ass mad about that, by the way. Duke is upset that D&D never sent him like free shit. That's why he initially left the D&D
hilarious.
community. That's why he left the community at first, was because he was mad he wasn't getting sent free shit.
I don't get free Palladium shit. I don't rep their shit all the time. I probably should, but I mean, I love the company.
Dude, you know how like happy I would be if like fucking like Rode sent me like free microphones, or if like Warhammer sent me free models? Oh my god, I would be happy.
Or if you had one of the wrestlers like send you a letter going, "Hey, you want to meet up here and I'll give you one of my old belts?"
Oh my god, that would be so awesome. Yeah. But like,
that'd
guess
be
what?
a lifetime thing, but you're not going to be ass mad they don't.
Right, because like you can't expect that. Like, for example, yeah, game companies will sometimes send you a review code if you're a popular game reviewer, but that's not guaranteed all the time.
No, I've gotten some free games over the years when I was doing Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Even pinned a comment talking about how they dared to keep the donation button open for 4 whole days.
That's how long the campaign was, by the way. It was only 4 days. 4 days, they got $100,000, which I think is pretty impressive. I think that shows how much the community really wanted to see this happen.
So after some of the fallout for Critical Role, and they've had some fallout.
Right, because like didn't one of the players like have like a really sketchy like essay history, and they had to like scrub season 1 and 2?
There was the girl who was doing Critical Role here. She wasn't a full time at the point that this happened. But she was being sponsored by Metal series, the Steel series. and she was being sponsored because of they started an anti-bullying campaign, and then she got caught on Twitter bullying somebody.
Are you serious? Damn.
Yeah, I won't touch steel because they just said, well, we're not gonna trash anything that she did. We're just gonna remove our sponsorship. And it's like, guys, you shouldn't even sell anything, because if she gets any of the profit, then you're promoting bullying still.
No, yeah. If you want to be like a harassment-free company, you shouldn't be a part of that. It's one thing if you go to like a commentary YouTuber, right? It's like, hey, we still want to like have you as like, we still want to like do a sponsorship ad with you, you know? But like if you're trying to be like the wholesome Chungus like D&D YouTuber, then yeah, you probably shouldn't have that.
Well, that's what she was trying to come off as anti-bullying and all this, and then she got caught ripping into somebody on Twitter, and I mean like a thread.
Oh, it wasn't.
And I can't remember what her name was.
Like she was going into it.
Yeah, and Steel was called out by a bunch of us because at the time I was still streaming on Twitch, and I called him out on Twitter about it because, you want to see me get really lit on somebody over a subject? That's it right there.
Oh boy, okay.
And so yeah, she ended up. Critical Role had to do some stuff, and some other places had to do some stuff because there was fallout all over the place from that because, bullying being a hot topic. Who would have guessed?
Right.
Duke, it was a holiday weekend. They were like spending time with their family.
I do appreciate you bringing up that the producers were with their families, but what I'm confused about is why you didn't show your audience the clip of them stating that. There's a phrase they use that makes their entire statement untrue, as well as the statements you just...
I'm so confused. Why does it matter how long they had the campaign open for? Why does that matter?
Made. So just so your audience still receives the facts on what you state you get for them, here is what the producer said about handling the GoFundMe.
One of the things he says in the comments that we should end the GoFundMe sooner because we blew our budget out of the water. And it was live for less than a week. We ended it while we were away at Thanksgiving with our families.
We set this thing up, and we originally had a goal of 10K just to buy plane tickets, and then we modified the goal to 20 when we saw we might hit that. And then we kind of didn't look at it, and it exploded. And we actually ended it, I think, within 4 days because we didn't want a ballooning budget.
They state they kind of didn't look at it. Now, I'm going to go off of a creator standpoint here, so bear with.
Oh my God, is he really going to nitpick the fact that they said they kind of didn't look at it?
I wish this guy had a good excuse for being this, but he does not have the Afro Man defense because you can tell he's too uptight to be able to be singing "Cause I got high, cause I got high, cause I got high."
With me. If they state that they saw they were about to raise $10,000 and then proceeded to raise the goal to $20,000 for a project that a creator would be passionate.
Dude, like if they're able to squeeze it out a bit, and obviously, as you can tell from like their budget breakdown, obviously if hypothetically, right, if they had just done the initial 10K, they would have gone over that with like the travel expenses.
Yeah, well, I've got something else. So it's been what, 4 years, 5 years that Wizards of the Coast have been under fire between Pokemon and Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they've pushed a lot of people out of the gaming space. So somebody's being positive and trying to bring people back into the gaming space through doing a campaign.
Yeah.
And this guy is trying to break it down and pull people out of it. This is just me. He's actually attacking, to me, the D&D community as a whole by doing it this way. Because if you want to just attack the creators, go for it. But if they're trying to do something that instills some newness and something special to D&D again, this isn't the way to do it. but I can see why you left for reasons the D&D community, bud.
Right?
Because they're becoming rock stars in a niche genre on YouTube, and you can't even get a tenth of what they can. Yeah, envious. He's bitter. He's a petty little bitch.
I think what happened was he blew up during COVID. He got success pretty quickly. He thought he was a big swinging dick in the content space, and so like I don't know if you were here when we showcased it. He tried running his own D&D like streaming service for D&D shit. He only got like 20.
I actually looked up One Shot back when it was first coming around, right? Because me and some friends were talking about doing that type of streaming, and then I went because I always like to look at something and give it 6 months to a year.
Right.
I want to make sure it's still around, because if it doesn't have support, I'm not going to give support, whether it be the creator or whatever. And I went looking for it and couldn't find it, and I went, okay, I'll just go on to something else. Yeah, he
passionate about.
I understand there's a lot of people like this in the world. There really are. I mean, we both hang out in commentary spaces, even if I don't do, if I really probably will never do commentary content, right?
Right.
That is the home of petty, though.
Yeah.
And this guy doesn't understand petty. He's trying to be petty. I mean, I could have done this so much pettier.
Oh, he's doing his best. But like the problem is he's being petty, and his arguments have no substance at all, right? It'd be one thing if there was a little bit of venom on the knife, a little bit of poison to fucking stab them in the back with. But like this dude's not effective at all with anything.
Or he'll did he read his script? Because he literally argued like half an hour ago or 20 minutes ago that they said this, and then he comes around and says the total opposite. And that's why I call him Aiden, because he keeps bringing up arguments, and then 10 minutes later he's destroying his own argument with a new argument.
Yeah.
It would be very weird for a creator to not monitor it, especially if comments state that $5,000 was reached in less than an hour, $20,000 in 3 hours, and $25,000 in just 4 hours. Again, as a creator, if there was money coming in that fast into a project that I was passionate about, I know I wouldn't just forget to look at it.
Well, I think that's why they raised it from the 10K to the 20K, because they saw how fast the money was going. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I think that's perfectly fine to do, especially since we know with hindsight that the 20K was definitely going to be needed to fully cover the expense, like the travel expenses.
Well, yeah, and like since they did state that anything over their initial would go towards more seasons, no matter how the first season performs. He's using the Mama Max
oh my god, Mama Max.
I am Alex defense of bad faith.
Yeah.
Because that's all those guys did were bad faith videos.
And this is extremely bad faith because
in the end.
He's under the presumption that like they're hoarding the season 2 and season 3 money for their own personal use. Like they're gonna buy fucking new expensive shit.
Cameras don't just stop working. Like without a lot of use.
If people want to give the money, what is the problem? Well, he's trying to say that they're mishandling people's money or misusing people's money. That the money's not going towards a thing that the people gave them money towards, which they've shown throughout this entire thing that yes, it is going towards what people paid for. I mean, we fucking saw the set. we saw their equipment.
We saw them all in the same place.
Yeah, like it's very clear that they're doing what they promised, even if there's some bumps along the road.
I mean, it's not like all of them but 2 people live in fucking LA or something.
Right.
And they have, you know, a huge sound studio they can go fucking perform at. They're fucking average people trying to get a fucking project done, and I applaud them for it. I'll have to go give them a like and a view at this point.
No, for real, man. Like, ironically enough, him bitching and complaining is like the perfect advertisement. Because it makes me want to support these people.
Jesus.
And be monitoring it, which is what the producers did. And I know they did because other talent are part of MinMax and the producers themselves posting these videos.
So that's pretty crazy. Hey.
Oh my God. The guy, one of the people who like is part of the thing, but it's not one of the main producers, made a video congratulating the GoFundMe raise. Oh my God.
You guys rock. And on this Thanksgiving Day, I just want to say how thankful I am for all of you. That is extraordinary. We are working on some stretch goals and some extra things. Stay tuned. We got a meeting coming up next week where we're going to be going over logistics, planning, and exactly what we're going to put some of that money towards.
So yeah, they probably had a group chat and they're like, "Oh my God, guys, look how much money we raised," and like, we'll plan it out in further detail.
Is wild, and I am super grateful. We've all been completely overwhelmed by.
I like this guy's videos, by the way. He's the bow and arrow guy. He does some very good informal videos on the history of archery.
I think I've run across some of his videos, not the history ones, but the other ones of can an arrow go through.
Right, because like he's done some videos like talking about the archery and like Lord of the Rings and stuff before.
So yeah,
how much support there's been for this game. We are putting together a meeting as soon as possible so that we can do.
Okay, this is all pretty consistent. Like they're all saying, "Hey, we're trying to get a meeting together so that we can officially like plan this out better,
discuss what to do."
So we did a thing,
and then you guys did a lot of things.
And now we get to do a lot of cool things.
We are blown away by the support we've seen in the last few days.
We were all scattered for the holidays, and we didn't really expect to have to make a response until we got back, but the response has been so overwhelming we needed to make a video. We're gonna let the fundraiser go to the end of the day so Ben can post his video, but we are gonna be closing it tonight at midnight. Hey guys!
November 28th.
Guys, welcome to MinMax. Not this. This is my childhood home because I'm with my family celebrating Thanksgiving. We didn't think we were gonna have to make an announcement this quick, but you guys blew the fundraiser so far out of the water, I thought that I needed to say something, and that thing I wanted to say is thank you. And we decided to launch our Kickstarter to get it all going, and you guys absolutely blew it out of the water. It was insane. Within a day, we'd hit our goal, and then we doubled, tripled, quadrupled that goal, and now, this isn't just a tiny little D&D project anymore. This is gonna be epic.
Let's see, the 26th to 28th, 100,000. 29th, paused. Okay, so like the final stretch, they got a little over the 100K mark. Okay, so like what again, what's your point here? Is your point that again, if we're okay, well actually I think his point is if we're going with the argument that like they're trying to hoard the community's money, right, for their own selfish nefarious purposes, they wanted to stretch that money out as soon as they possibly could.
I think they were very responsible to cut it off within 4 days. I really do.
Well, yeah, because they probably, realistically, they were probably thinking, oh, yeah, $10,000 and all of our community support will definitely reach at least close to $10,000.
This is just, oh my God, this is so much AIDS and autism. It really is.
It absolutely is. Well, keep up, because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't GoFundMes, they have to meet the goal within a certain amount of days, or is it, like, indefinite?
From what I've seen, you have to set a time on it, and I didn't. I was surprised that they set such a short time to.
Well, I bet.
To be honest,
I bet you their initial like end date wasn't probably 4 days. It probably was like a week.
Yeah, but they
maybe
got
2 weeks. But then they got a huge
like
bunch of
within
support.
24 hours, they were already sitting high.
Right, and they were probably like, okay, well, like before this balloons any further, let's end it now.
We've got stretch goals. Let's do that, and let's just stop it. Which, I have to say thank you, because there are projects that are still out there that are, I'm going to call it gumming up the works for other projects.
Right. And like, if we're going with the narrative that they just wanted to like squeeze the community for all the money that they could, why end it only after 4 days? Why take the initial tax buffer, which took out like almost 24,000, leaving them with like $72,000? Why end the campaign so soon when they could have like squeezed out the community for as much money as they possibly could? It's because they weren't trying to get people's money for a malicious intent. They wanted to do a good campaign.
Shown by the evidence, there was communication happening between talent as early as November 27th, 2 days after the launch of the GoFundMe. Talent stated that there were talks about planning a meeting, and I don't think a meeting can be planned without the producers a part of that conversation. And yes, they probably couldn't pause the GoFundMe because, like what they and you state,
we ended it while we were away at Thanksgiving with our families.
It was a holiday weekend. They were like spending time with their family.
That logic is flawed, because if they didn't have the time to pause the GoFundMe because they were with their families, how did the producers find the time to make and post a short form video and an edit?
Oh my God. I can literally, guess what? I'm live streaming right now. Technically, I'm busy. Right, Neon? Technically, I'm busy doing something.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I can pull out my phone right now and green screen filter a fucking TikTok video right now if I wanted to. He probably like stepped out for like a grand total of 10 minutes, was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to go do something real quick. I bet you he probably filmed the short form video and the long form video around the same time.
Oh God.
He was probably like, hey Mom, hey Dad, do you mind if I like step out real quick? I gotta do something.
Edited long form video, thanking their audience at least 7 hours before the GoFundMe officially closed. And in those same videos, another claim you make is also flawed.
They add the context that they turned off the donation button. Once again, they did not want $100,000.
If the producers truly didn't want $100,000, they would have closed the GoFundMe when they posted their thank you video displaying $88,000. Instead, they left it open and ran another advertisement.
Realistically, right? When they post a thank you video and people see that they got so much support, wouldn't people who see that thank you video would go to the GoFundMe campaign to give further support? It doesn't that not?
Or new people giving support. Come on.
Right, because they probably like, oh my God, this campaign's going on. Let me go fund that real quick.
Oh my God.
To me, that doesn't sound like a creator who you claim doesn't want $100,000. The number one thing I saw written in my own comments on my initial video was that they closed the GoFundMe in 24 hours and they urged people to donate to charity instead. Since many took what other comments were saying as fact instead of doing their own research, this misinformation began to spread like wildfire. And that is the reason why I turned off comments on this video.
Oh, yeah, that's why you turned off comments. That's why. So that way misinformation doesn't spread.
Yeah, I just have one thing to say about that. And I'm going to try to say it in the voice, but I might not get it. Pussy. It's as close to Brian Griffin as I get. Fucking Christ.
Video to help stop the spread of even more misinformation. And I would like to say that there was misinformation being spread about me, painting me in a better picture and supporting me in the comments. And I don't even want that misinformation going out because that's not true.
What? So you had your fans were defending you, and you didn't want your fans to defend you, but also too you don't want to be, in your words, defamed. Like, what do you want? What do you want out of this? Because you're saying that they're defaming you, but according to you, people defending you are also spreading misinformation. What?
Oh, I'm
So to
hearing
set
it's a
the
lot of
facts
tard. I'm a tard.
Right. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor.
Yep.
I'm a tumor.
Yep.
I'm a tumor.
About the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe was open for 4 days, and there is no evidence of the producers saying to donate to charity. Although there is proof of one of the on-screen talent of MinMax who did say to stop donating to the GoFundMe and to donate to charity instead.
But in the meantime, please stop. This is more than we need. And there are so many.
And he's right, as shown by the fact that they have a ton of money left over for season 2 and season 3.
Charitable causes out there. So if you really want to donate some money, go donate to a good cause. We're good. Thank you.
So after taking your advice and doing my due diligence within my own research, Crispy, can I ask you if you still agree with your statement about how the producers handled the GoFundMe?
I would say there is nothing wrong with Crispy's statement about the GoFundMe whatsoever. Because they handled it appropriately. Okay, fucking Duke. Let's put it in your shoes, okay? So you're saying as soon as you see the 88,000, you cutting it off, right? That's what you're saying? 100%? So in the future, if you ever do a GoFundMe campaign and you meet your goal, I'm expecting you, the microsecond it hits that goal, to close it. You're establishing that as like a rule. So if you ever do a GoFundMe in the future, I'm going to watch that like a goddamn hawk. And if you even meet the goal, because I bet you if he ever did a GoFundMe thing in the future, he might have a hard time reaching that goal. But let's say he does, right? I'm going to watch and see how long it takes you. And however long it takes you, I'm going to criticize you for that.
Now, if you thought the GoFundMe was a headache, wait till we talk about the lack of live action in the MinMax.
They were in the middle of a fucking snowstorm in Texas. What the fuck do you want them to do?
Indie live play. This is what Crispy had to say about it.
He harped on about another thing that was promised in the GoFundMe, that these martial arts creators would film live action fight scenes for the camera. Now, I bought into this. I mean, I assumed that kind of thing was going to happen because these people all do fight choreography stuff. So, it makes sense they'd recreate these moves in real life. But obviously there was a massive snowstorm, so I completely understood why those scenes were.
And like they did do some like live action bits for like their intro. Because like if we look at let's just look at like the intro here for episode 2. And like, okay, is it like the most like highbrow level choreography? No, but like they did what they could. And they already promised. They already promised when they start filming season 2 that they're gonna go back and like do highlight stuff for season 1 as well as season 2. So like, what, dude? Come on.
Weren't going to be present for season 1. However, in the MinMax response video, they explained that that's not true. They never promised live action scenes at all.
It could be disappointing.
It's important to note that that's not one of the promises that we made because we knew we couldn't deliver that in season 1.
Oh my God, I thought I was a smart guy, but yeah, no, Duke got me. You gaslighted me wholly and fully, my guy. Congratulations. Yeah, this promise was never made, though they are promising to do it for season 2, something that Duke was, once again, very, very upset about.
Okay, Crispy, I am so happy you made the same mistake that I and many others did. Because yes, they never verbally stated that there would be live action, but it does seem like there were plans to do it up to the day of filming.
And we fully intended to use the type of microphone we had because we thought we were going to be getting up more.
And then over here, we have the soundboard that connects all of their...
Again, Duke, there was a fucking snowstorm in Texas. What did you want them to do?
What do you want them to do? I don't know. Rent out somewhere in fucking LA?
It's like Duke's essentially saying, no, I wanted you guys to go out in the storm and freeze your asses off and film.
Lapel microphones.
I want to say
together.
there's a couple of places in Texas where you can get soundstage.
Right, but like last minute during a snowstorm, I doubt that was.
Oh no. That's the waiting list on that's probably actually years.
Right, because I imagine a lot of like TV productions already like hold those, you know.
To record everyone's voice at the same time, but still allow those yahoos to get up and walk around and do their acrobatics and whatnot and still be able to hear them.
So they bought these mics for a certain reason, and we already know in their response video that it wasn't for getting...
Again, they fully intended on but like there's a difference between like there's a difference between promising something and not delivering and wanting to do something to add production value and just not being able to do it because of your time constraints. If they had promised during their campaign that they would do live action scenes and never delivered on them, then your point would have merit. But if this was something that they were hoping to do during season 1 and they weren't able to do it, then that's especially considering the circumstances, it was out of their control. They did live action bits where they could with like the intro and everything, and they've already promised that when they go to do season 2 that they will do highlights of season 1. So what's the point here?
Getting up and moving minis and terrain around because that's something they state that wasn't possible for season 1.
The next issue he brings up is that we should have used minis or terrain.
And logistically, that just wasn't possible for season 1.
They bought the mics as well so the tech guy can still hear them when they do their acrobatics, but they're saying that they never promised live action because they couldn't deliver it, so...
Because of the fucking snowstorm, Duke! I don't think he's acknowledged the storm throughout this entire thing.
You know what we should be calling him?
What's that?
Miss. His new name should be Misinformation.
There we go.
Because he be missing a lot of information.
So why get those mics and why would the tech guy say that? I don't know. I'm confused. But Crispy, you are right that they did promise they would do live action scenes in season 2. But I'm shocked you stopped the clip there because if you kept going for a minute and 30 seconds longer, the producers state that they will. And then they won't. And then they won't, but still have live action scenes in season 2. I just watch the clip.
It's important to note that that's not one of the promises that we made because we knew we couldn't deliver that in season 1.
But we are working on it for season 2. We've already talked about how we want to go back and do the highlights of this campaign now that we have the whole thing, and we'll have a little bit more time in the production next season. Also, we're trying to incorporate more physicality into the D&D when it's not freezing in the studio. And I know that's not much compensation if you were really expecting it in this season, but we're hoping the small in-between things we've been doing will make up for that.
And even this isn't us promising we'll do more of it in future seasons. We want to try, but we don't know if it's even possible.
And even
I don't see anything wrong with that statement. Call me crazy here, Neon. Call me crazy. I don't see anything wrong with that initial statement. Because they're like, yeah, we're gonna do live action bits for season 2, but it might not be as much as we want. It sounds like they're just like, we want to do as much as we possibly can, but it might not be like the whole thing. Is that...
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with this so far.
Even after saying all of that, if you look at their Q&A pin comment on episode 1 at the time of recording this on Monday, March 16th, 2026, it still states that there will be some live action for future seasons. This pin
hang on. What does that say? Because it says we will have some live action highlights of cool moments.
That there will be some live action.
It's for highlights.
For future seasons. This pinned comment was made before the producer's response video, and it was also edited after the response video. So if they're stating they aren't promising live action, then they should have went back to change the pinned comment, but they haven't yet. So that just...
What do you mean? They addressed it that there weren't going to be any for season 1 in the moment, unfortunately. But they stated for future... Wait, it says it right there. Hang on. This guy
was made before the producer's live action for
in future seasons. In future seasons. His point is they are invading his territory and he has a monopoly on it. And they don't follow advice he had that he didn't give.
For future season. Edited after the response video. So if they're stating they aren't promising live action, then they should have went back to change the pinned comment, but they haven't yet. So that just leaves questions. Especially when the producers say this right after stating they aren't promising live action.
This campaign is evolving as it goes, and we're being careful about what we can and can't promise, but we really want you to know that we love what we're doing and we want to make it better, and we're going to do everything that we can to do that.
We honestly do not know if live action will even happen.
Strawberry, no, he's not stupid. He passed stupid about 80 miles back.
Yeah, there's no going back now.
Retarded, possibly autistic, but
this guy is so fucking dumb.
Stupid is just too high IQ for this guy.
Mama always said stupid is as stupid does.
Because the producers can't make up their mind. And honestly, I don't blame you for being confused about this. Now, the question to ask is what led people to assume that there was going to be live action scenes within?
Well, I think it's because like they're all martial artists. You know, they're known to be like proficient in weapons. I think it's, to be fair to the audience, I think it's a natural assumption that there would be some live action bits.
In the Min-Max D&D live play, you know, besides all of these people being martial artists and, you know, handling their weapons and whatnot, well, it could be what Min-Max was posting and what the viewers saw leading up to the debut of episode 1 of Min-Maxed.
And ass!
Again, these are martial artists, so of course they're going to showcase their content when they're promoting this.
And asked. And asked.
Because Cell Sword Arts, because I follow their channel a lot. That's like the thing that they do in their videos, even if it's not necessarily relating to what they're doing in the video. If they're talking, they take turns like fake killing each other, because like that's what they are. They're sword combat guys, so they're gonna do that in their videos.
And asked.
Would you guys play D&D together?
And we decided that would be a great idea.
As long as I don't need to play a bard.
But we think playing normal D&D would be boring. And we know you want to see us as D&D characters.
So we're gonna play ourselves.
Try to roll for stats. Roll number 2.
Just like last time, I'm gonna stack an ice block on top of my target stand. I'm gonna set a D6 on top of that, smash the entire thing with my giant metal D20, and what it rolls is what I get.
Oh, okay, that's actually kind of funny. Like doing incorporating like your martial arts into like creating your character stats. That's kind of funny. But like this is all like But this seems all like stuff that they're making on their own to like hype up the campaign.
Nice! Okay.
Don't fuck with that guy, Jesus.
Rapier and Dagger is one of those popular combos because you can defend and attack at the same time. And before you say it's not possible, I'm fighting, off and throw. Fencing, swashing my buckles, and knife. Fencing, swashing my buckles, knife.
I would want to use this sort of whip because it's small enough, short enough, that I can still use it quickly and feel like...
Never. Oh God, they got the white guy with the whip. You don't want to mess with him.
I'm not leaving myself
especially
open
down
with
south.
big swing emotions. Dent in the bottom of the can. It probably won't shock you to hear that I really like archery. But while I can do a fair amount in real life, or fast, agile warrior monks, launching volleys on the fly, following them up with rapid close quarters strikes, and then dodging back out of danger before making their next shot.
Oh my God, he's showcasing the live action stuff that they were able to do for season 1 for the intro. Oh my God.
Yeah, I do have to say, they're pretty solid with this stuff. And Kickin', I don't see that out of you at all. I've talked to you in voice.
But this guy is just like obviously like they filmed what they were able to do, but again they were under a fucking 3-day time constraint. There was a fucking storm going on. I'm amazed that they were able to do half the shit that they were able to do, especially with the technical difficulties that they were working with. I think for a low to mid-level production for like YouTuber stuff, I think this is perfectly suitable. And this is all good fun hype, unlike one shot's one trick joke. True.
Oh, jeez.
And after witnessing all of that, the audience is finally introduced.
I'm going to say something controversial about the guy.
What's
he
that?
should ask Jake Weddle for his fucking money back.
Oh my fucking God, yeah. And like, again, like, look at... I like the character art that they have of their characters. I think production-wise, the sets are great. Visually speaking, their overlays and everything are perfectly fine. I think this looks all very clean, very professional.
To a 2-hour, normal, but entertaining D&D live play. Hi, Editing Duke here, man. I just gotta give credit where credit is due. I'm editing the part where they're showcasing their skills and their weapon techniques into applying how to create a D&D character. And man, like, all of the stuff they're doing is so cool.
Oh, now he wants to fucking glaze them.
And there's the dick suck.
Yeah, because remember, despite calling them scammers, he still wants to work with them. He still wants to work with them, Neon. We have to remember that crucial detail that he's been sending them applications, that he wants to work with them production-wise.
God.
Like, I hope people get to see more of that, because it really is so cool.
Guess what, Duke? They promised that for season 2. Don't you worry, buddy.
Cool.
Obviously with like safety measures in place, because imagine getting fucking hit with a whip. Ugh, that would fucking hurt.
God does hurt.
I also want to point out that we need to ask that same question in regards to the production of MinMax. Since
what do you think most Texas kids use as toys?
Oh god. Oh, true. Yeah.
lack of live action, and the final product of MinMax. So to ask the question, what led people to assume that the final product of MinMax was going to be of a higher quality? Again, it could be what was being said about what to
Hey, Midna.
expect from MinMax.
We want to do some really cool things,
hey,
like
Midna.
build a set.
And have a cool video setup.
Cool set, cool video setup.
With cool angles and stuff.
We're so grateful for the support and trust that the community has put into us, and we are going to make something really cool.
All the money you guys donated to the project will go back into the project to make it as awesome as it can possibly be.
And now, this isn't just a tiny little D&D project anymore. This is gonna be epic. But now, because of you, we're really gonna be able to make this campaign come to life. We've got a team that's gonna help us record, edit, and produce this at a high quality. We've got artists who are gonna come and help bring this world to life. We've got set designers who are gonna make it so it's immersive and fun.
We are back in the studios after the holidays, and we are hard at work to make this the most epic collaboration we've ever done.
It's gonna be so cool. So we're partnering with
Oh my god, these guys are excited for their D&D project. Oh no.
Dark Hour or Still Be Studios to do the set. They're building the gaming table.
We have
which
to
is super
skewer
cool.
them now.
Right.
Cool.
Well, you see, it wasn't TV production level, so we have to burn them at the stake.
Man, I've seen some bad TV production over the years. That was just fine.
And trust me, I think me and you over the years have seen some pretty bad YouTube productions over the years.
Oh, I can just think of every last major film house that's done TV, Warner Brothers, Paramount, all that, have had some bad production over the years. And I am talking scene quality and stuff, man, worse than anything they put out.
Right. Dude, I think for the budget that they had for their experience with production, right? It'd be I guess his point would stand if these are like people with backgrounds in production, right?
Or communications degrees, yeah.
Right. But these are all people who are like martial artists who are I think most of them have gotten popular from content creation within the last 5 years, maybe. Because let's be generous and say they started blowing up maybe sometime. They started gaining an audience sometime around COVID, maybe. Or maybe a little bit after COVID. These are young people who are new to content creation, probably, who are new to this level of production. The fact that they were able to pull this together at all, I think, is an accomplishment in and of itself.
Luckily, we have an awesome tech person that Megan knows that's going to come in and handle the tech during the show.
Did I miss something kicking?
Oh yeah, this was I think she's talking about some stuff that was going on during KX stream a few days ago.
D&D Beyond on the tablets, because we'll be able to look at people's tablets in real time, and the tech guy is going to be able to do all that. It's going to be really cool.
And even after saying all of that, in the response video, the producers say this.
And I want to talk a little bit about the budget and the expectations.
It seems like he was expecting a professional D&D production level quality.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to pull off a crit roll season 3 production level with the experience we have and the budget that we have.
That's the most snippy that they get throughout their entire response video, by the way. That's the worst that they get. And it's yeah, they don't have the backing of Critical Role. Of course it's not going to be TV level productions.
And we weren't going to try.
No, we were trying to do what we said we were going to do. Bring all of our people together and create a cool game and try and make it multiple seasons. Look, I can really understand. If somebody was expecting a crit roll level of production, if you see $100,000 and you think that can make a lot of stuff, if you have these expectations and you get something you weren't expecting, it can be a big downer. And I really feel for you if you were expecting something or you donated it and you didn't get what you want. And I am sorry that we couldn't give you that. We really, really are.
We really need to reiterate that unlike these production big D&D games, this is none of our full-time jobs.
And that brings me to my point of the producers not showing respect to the donors.
What do you mean not showing respect?
What? funds, or even the viewers supporting MinMaxed. Because what do
you mean? They've been openly transparent where the money's been going. They've responded pretty decently to like every concern.
Like for me, from what I've seen of them, they responded kindly, responsibly, and professionally with everything that people have been criticizing them about. So get wrecked.
Yeah, it's not like if they were like, fuck you, we're like, fuck you, it's our money now, we'll do what we fucking want with it. Like if they were like that, I would totally get the criticism. But they were like, hey, listen, if you were expecting something that we can't provide, I am truly sorry, but we're working with what we can. Like
he said and showed to their fan base
with this guy.
It did mislead fans to expect one thing. And
what mislead? They weren't misleading. Like what? They were open, like they were fully transparent in everything that they promised and then what they were trying to do.
When it didn't happen, the producers backtracked and pretty much said, it's not our fault. You assumed.
Wait, how do they backtrack? How? They never promised live action bits, and what they were limited to, they try to do as much live action bits as possible, as you saw with like the intro, the trailer. And like promised that they will be doing more live action stuff for season 2. Again, you know what? Maybe this point will stand if they don't do any more live action bits for season 2, but we'll have to see. Again, we have to also factor in the circumstances of they were filming during a fucking Texas snowstorm.
What to expect of MinMaxed. What I am seeing is this community being more than respectful towards the producers, since this is their first time putting on a production like this. But there's little to no respect being given back from the producers to the community.
Bullshit. They've been nothing but respectful and kind, and like dude, they've been trying to explain everything the best that they can. And like they were like, and like in their response video, like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we need to improve on, like the audio. Hang on, because where is? Oh, did I decide to? I think I clicked off of it at one point, but there is a section of the response video where it's like, yeah, we plan on like improving production the best possible way we can. And that includes spending longer time editing it. I think they mentioned that they're going to do color correction, which is, they won't let me work there, which means they don't respect the community.
You are not the community, motherfucker. You're not even a one small insignificant cell of it.
His ego is huge. Yeah. I know. Yeah, because like if you look at his fucking like application shit, he's like, oh well, this can all be done at my studio. Let's go to my studio and do this.
We are taking it all into account, and we're hearing your feedback. We want this to be great for season 2, which is happening.
His next complaint is that we didn't need tablets at all.
But for the setup that we had, we actually did.
Because we went with the digital map, we wanted to give the players the ability to move their character around and view the map without having to look at terrain or have the DM walk around the table. Having the ability to look down at something that was already on our character sheet and
yeah, like I forget the program that it's that's used, because I've used it before in like Discord D&D sessions. A digital map is fucking great, and it's really convenient. You don't have as much clutter.
And
the map made
so the homebrew that we did for a couple of years, me and some friends did. We went through Roll20. There's your digital map.
Roll20, yes. Roll20, that was the program.
It's all there, and it's an amazing website.
It is, and it's just user friendly enough to where it's like, because like me personally, like obviously like I don't have a whole lot of experience IRL with D&D. Like someone had to walk me through it still, but like it's very user friendly.
Oh, the website itself is. We used it with Pathfinder, and The only thing that we had to do was learn how to, this is how far back we were playing, learned how to code roles that had extra damage on them.
I think that's a thing on the website now, if I remember correctly, right?
It is. It's something that you can do just off the cuff now, but we actually had to learn how to code it up to set it up right.
Much more smoothly.
What formulas you needed.
Was absolutely worth it.
And in the future, we will be able to continue using them and integrate more of the features into what you see.
so disrespectful
One
as
of the issues
they
we had is we
explained
wanted to be able
this.
to do a live feed of the character sheet to the project, but that didn't work out. But that doesn't mean it's not something we can do in post. Again, I'm learning as I go, and that's something that I'm hoping to put into the new episodes.
His next complaint is actually something we agree with, the audio.
We bought a set of microphones that had really good reviews, and we'd actually tested them before, and they worked fine.
And we fully intended to use the type of microphone we had because we thought we were going to be getting up more.
And that brings us to a little issue called the historic Texas ice storm. So it was very cold in the building, and we're gonna talk about that later, but we didn't get up as much as we wanted to. It also meant that we couldn't go change the audio setup after day one because the roads were impassable. We started filming when the snow started falling, and we ended when the roads finally started to get free. So there was really not much we could do to it. I am doing my best in post-production to save as much of the audio as I can.
We were able to return those microphones and reinvest that money into season 2.
And we're gonna have better tech setup for season 2. That is a big thing that we're working on. So everything that didn't work got reinvested back into the campaign to get something better for season 2. Another thing gets brought up is the lighting setup we had.
They also showed off the lighting. They said they spent 13.
Oh my God, they're so disrespectful throughout this entire thing, aren't they? You're just oozing disrespect.
Jesus, man.
And since we are on the topic of producers, let's move on to the next point Crispy makes, which is about the producers themselves.
Now, last up, and this is a point that I've basically already said, but this whole show is produced and edited by 2 people on the cast, Megan and David. The content creators of the show are the producers of the show.
He talks about he has no hate to the—
So happy I made it to a live stream about the situation. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I fucking love this situation because this guy is such a fucking idiot. The only—
Also, please like the stream.
Yes, please like the stream. And if you like what you're seeing so far, subscribe. Every little bit helps. But like the only good point I've seen so far, and it's just a small clarification that they need to make on their end, is the exact budgeting of expenditures of like the lighting. That's the only good point I've seen throughout this entire thing, and it's 50 minutes long.
the creators and is mostly about the producers. But again, there was no producers. David and Megan did this entire thing basically on their own.
Thank you so much for pointing that out, Crispy, because why is it that these two are the only ones producing?
Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you.
Min-Max when this was said in their first ever video on the Min-Max channel.
But now, because of you, we're really going to be able to make this campaign come to life. We've got a team that's going to help us record, edit, and produce this at a high quality. We've got artists who are going to come and help bring this world to life. We've got set.
Yeah, and like I don't know if you saw it when I was showcasing episode 2, but like they were showing off the art of their characters throughout the entire episode.
Designers who are going to make it so it's immersive and fun.
Fans are being told one thing and then being told another thing in their budget video 2 months later.
We're going to be filming.
I also saw a video of a lawyer guy breaking down the transparency and fraud regarding this and thought it was a good perspective. You see, and I think their transparency video was perfectly fine.
Next couple of weeks, and then it's going to take many more weeks of me editing. Hopefully I can get some help, because it's going to be a lot.
And another 2 months later go by where they say this.
David is the editor, and it took him quite a long time to edit episode 1.
Megan and myself are the ones who...
Well, yeah, because like if you have audio issues like throughout the entire recording, I imagine it's going to be a headache to go through. Right? Especially if like, because like he edits the content obviously for the Cell Sword Arts channel, but like the editing there is not that complicated. Because I've seen their stuff, it's very well edited. It's very good stuff, but you know, short form content, unless you're doing like the heavy edits, it's very simple to do. Whereas this is like a full like hours long production, you know? You got imagine he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making sure that episode 1 was salvageable. And from what I heard of of episode 2, he got even better with the editing.
To set up most of the logistics, figured out the tech, I'm doing the editing, and by keeping the costs low, by editing it in-house, by not having a bunch of middlemen and producers, we also get to spend your money even more wisely.
So Crispy.
Well, let's be honest. If they hired a professional video editor, how much of the budget would that be? Maybe if they decided to put money into making more seasons rather than employee cost? No, yeah, that's exactly what they did. They decided that they were going to save the money back for seasons 2 and season 3. And obviously, if they have to make any other purchases like new costumes, new sets, new artwork. But like they've been handling this well so far, at least what we can see publicly. Again, you can't say they're committing fraud or like scamming people unless you have direct access to their bank account.
Let me
ask freeze frame. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Ask you, why didn't you bring up the question of what happened to the team that was mentioned to help edit, film, and produce Min-Max at a high quality 7 hours before the GoFundMe even ended? The question to ask now is, what happened to that team, and was there even a team to begin with?
I mean, they showed that they had a guy helping them with like the audio, with the recording setup and everything. And they showed his sources. Trust me, bro. It really is. Last time I heard about professional editors, they were asking for $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Just saying.
That's what.
And this
Keem
is where
was
I want to
paying
come
the
back
editor
and
for
talk about
Lolcow
how there
when
is no
Tommy was
guarantee.
on the first time.
Yeah. Well, that was how much he was demanding to get paid.
For
the second person, not the first, the second person, it was them deciding what they would give up for an editor.
Min-Max's future at this point, since the producers gave all of these promises and all of these guarantees before episode 1 to only backtrack and say, nope, again. That's why I think it's more than appropriate at the.
And in some of their extras, you can see a bunch of people working with them. Yeah, so they obviously had to, because like obviously they're playing the D&D game. You know, it's gonna be hard for them to focus on making sure everything's working in real time and playing the game as well. So yeah, they're gonna have people, and like they showed that in their budget video that they already paid for like the crew and everything. That they already gave money to the crew to help out. This guy is just so fucking stupid.
It's point for the community to ask what will happen to the remaining budget.
What he's confused, like obviously they had in real time, they had people working with them to make sure the production was running as smoothly as possible. But for post-production, yeah, they want to handle that in-house, which I think is perfectly fine because you want to minimize as much like unnecessary expenses as possible.
If future seasons do not happen. And now let's move on to the last and probably the number one thing Crispy and others have said was the stupidest thing that I could have done. And that was my entire crash out was just so I could submit my resume to be hired by Min-Maxed.
Oh boy, I wonder how he's going to address this. Because his original post was about, yeah, so like, that was my manager pretending to be me.
Let's just take a look, shall we?
What's in this email he sent to Min-Max? It's his job application. I'm putting this out there. If any of you would like to see what I'm offering for helping to produce Min-Max, here is a link detailing my ideas. Link below is yet another PowerPoint presentation. This guy's got one move and he's going to use it. But yeah, this PowerPoint presentation has Duke's ideas for improving Min-Max. They are all the most just...
Look at this. 1, camera work. 4 cameras. 1 on DM. 2 on players. 1 top-down camera capturing the table. These are groundbreaking ideas, Neon. I can see why they needed to hire him. 2, player setup. DM has own space. 3 players on one side of the table, 3 players on the other side of the table. Holy shit. Neon, this is some groundbreaking shit here. The way it feels like you can actually that you're actually together rather than feeling like you're in different rooms. 3, shots. Will provide full screen coverage on who is the main focus, similar to how D20 films and edits theirs. B-roll. At times when players or DM describes what the player characters do in game, we have an imagination B-roll effect shot where we fade into seeing the players as their characters doing what is being described. Location. Okay, we're skipping audio because we've already discussed that with like the fucking Rode pod mics. Location and set. Location would be at One Shot Quester's studio, set in a tavern themed room, made by One Shot Quester himself. Dude, this is fucking hilarious. This would be free of charge by One Shot Quester.
Generalist, Gary V, useless advice for making the show better. Like, base it off Viva La Dirt, base it off Dimension 20. He volunteers some ridiculous things in the slideshow, though. Like, he volunteers that they should use his studio instead of the studio that, you know, they specially built for the show. Duke, they don't want to use your studio. They want to use their own. It looks...
Would that not be like, if we're talking about them not delivering on what they promised, they actually promised a studio set. And if they don't use the set that they already paid the GoFundMe for, would that not be a form of like actually misleading or scamming the audience?
you could actually call it scamming or misleading, yeah, if they never use the set that they built.
So that's so fucking funny that he's like accusing them of like mishandling their funds, borderline accusing them of scamming, when what he's suggesting is basically scamming the audience in this fucking resume of his.
Looks better, to say the least. But even more crazy than that, he says there's 2 bedrooms in his house that the Min-Max crew can sleep in. Bro, you want them to sleep in your place after you borderline slandered them? Interesting move, bro. Let's see how it goes. Next up,
Did you see Crispy's recent community post? Yeah, we went over that at the beginning of the stream.
Talks about the shooting schedule for Min-Max. He wants to shoot the entire show, the entire D&D campaign. He wants to block shoot it all in one day.
Day 1, film D&D live play content, scripting out B-roll scenes for talent based on options. Day 2, depending on option choice chosen for day 1, either finish recording and writing B-roll scripts or using the day to write, choreograph, and finalize B-roll footage plan. He told him to scrap season 1. In this, he's like, yeah, you should scrap season 1 and put it behind a paywall. Put it as Patreon exclusive content. That's how you fucking piss people off. Because they already donated money for season 1. Because obviously people gave them money without knowing that there would be a season 2 or a season 3. That's an actual fucking scam right there. If they didn't provide season 1 for free at the very least. Like, holy shit. He can do that on the account of the coke, but that's not normal production process for most anyone. No, especially if you want to fucking add like choreograph bits, because like, yeah, these guys are professional choreographers, but like you still need to plan that shit out, right? Because like you have to decide, okay, which part of the campaign are we gonna like highlight as like a choreograph bit? They have to like make a decision on that.
All right, John, thank you for having me. I'm going to leave for now. Have a good rest of your stream.
Thank you. You have a good rest of your day, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, definitely. I enjoyed it.
Dude, this is fucking so goddamn irritating. What the fuck, you moron? But that was Neon, everyone. Watcher pulled that shit and they nearly canceled themselves. But this is so fucking irritating.
12 to 14 hour filming session. Bro, I want to die after 3-hour filming sessions. 12 to 14 sounds exhausting, but worse than that, all of the martial arts choreography stuff.
Ew, like I love playing D&D and could go for a day, but I would not want my whole campaign to be done in one. No, yeah, because they filmed the entirety of season 1 within 3 days. So like that's 3 days of filming just for like the actual session itself. So like, and like they want to do more live action bits, which is good on them, but obviously they need to make sure they plan that out effectively. Cause like, again, these guys are either out of the state of Texas or out of the country. Cause the one guy's from the UK. Like they need to make sure that they have everything down pat.
He also wants to do all the choreography in one day and then all the shooting directly the next day. Again, sounds like an absolute nightmare, blocking it all out and doing all the shooting for 3 continuous non-stop days of filming. Ugh, especially since martial arts are athletically draining. This is just a presentation that shows once again that Duke doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy's driving me nuts.
In order of how things played out, with me posting an aggressive call-out video to MinMax, to them responding, and then myself posting my resume in the comments of the response video, yeah, it was dumb.
I'm glad you can acknowledge that, you fucking... Oh God, you... This guy is so fucking frustrating. Sellsword also recently posted a choreograph video. It was like 12 hours for just a few minutes of a video. The D&D community is such a controversial hellscape. Holy shit. It's only because of guys like this.
Would it have been a smart move to not submit it and not just, dig myself a bigger hole? Yes, it would have. But did it
no way you're gonna
show that I was being serious, that I wanted to see MinMax succeed?
No, it shows the fucking that you're a fucking narcissistic, ego-driven maniac. Because your whole thing is like, it can only succeed if I'm a part of it somehow. That's your thing. You're a fucking gatekeeper who can't stand seeing outside people come into the hobby and see some success. This guy, I swear to fucking God. This guy makes me seethe with fucking rage.
Considering I took the time to write everything out and post.
Does this not show how passionate I am? No, it shows you're a fucking egotist again.
That information to the public. Yes. If I didn't want to see MinMax succeed, I wouldn't have put.
You don't want to see them succeed. Because if you're not a part of the project, dude, you've been doing nothing but calling them scammers. You've been calling them scammers without directly calling them scammers because you're insinuating that like they're pocketing the fucking money.
Put any effort into making that resume or offering my services and resources for free, which would help their case if they actually mean it at this point that they want to.
Oh, bullshit. Oh, dude, this is such a fucking slimy ass move. Because now you're like, well, you see, if they actually care about D&D, they would use my services. If they actually care about the community, they would use my services. He's plugging himself again, yes. And this is such a bullshit argument. Cause then you like, see, they don't want to use my services. They don't actually care about D&D.
Keep costs low.
We tried to keep expenses on the min-max channel as low as possible. And by keeping the costs low, we also get to spend your money even more wisely. We are being the best stewards of your money that we can.
I understand the mess that I created. And honestly, it would have been even more unfair to the producers if I held back information that could help min-max improve. And yes, Crispy, yes, I will agree with you on what you say about my resume.
I don't know why you're giving that in quotations. It is a fucking resume, because you're like, see, this is what I can do for you guys. This is what I can do. This is my experience.
Here,
They are
It is a resume.
all the most just generalist, Gary V, useless advice for making the show better.
What?
I don't think he understands the mess he created. He does not whatsoever.
I presented as my final version for the product is boring and unoriginal, and I will acknowledge that. So, if you would allow me to present a new version of how min-max...
Oh my fucking god, dude. No fucking way. He's like, oh, I see. My pitch didn't work the first time. Let me pitch it again. Even though I've basically been calling you guys like borderline scammers throughout this entire hour-long video. Let me pitch you my idea again. Please let me work with you. Please let me work with you.
Next could be produced that is more unique than here it is. And I am saying this on record that no one needs to credit me or even ask me to be a part of this.
Oh my fucking god, dude. You're such... honestly, fuck off. Fuck right off, you fucking loser.
These ideas and or concepts are free for anyone to use. To min-max and to any of the other talent that happens to be watching this video, my new suggestion for you to make this even cooler and epic than it already is answered in your promo video.
But we think playing normal D&D would be boring. And we know you want to see us as D&D characters.
Don't just play D&D. Become D&D. You guys have an entire warehouse in the palm of your hands that you showed that you're able to go around and explore and even do live action scenes within it. Have the DM go through and create a one-shot that takes you through the entire warehouse where you guys, the talent, are making real life skill checks. You're having to actually search for things. And
the fuck do you think their plan was for season 2? Oh my fucking god. I'm having a fucking brain aneurysm right now. And like, cause guess what? Any live action segment that they do now that's remotely close to anything he's suggesting now, even though it's fucking obvious, clear as fucking day, he's gonna take credit for it. He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm the reason why Min-Max succeeded. They just won't credit me.
When the skill checks happen, you guys could show how really cool it might be or really comedic, depending on what you roll. You guys could just do so much more than sit in a setup just playing D&D. Be those D&D characters, become those D&D characters, because what would be really freaking cool as well is not only could people donate to make this happen, but you could also bring those people to be a part of the creation of this. Your final thing, the final thing of this episode or this entire campaign or season one, whatever you guys want to call it, the ending, after you guys go through the entire warehouse and you...
What? Wait, is he retroactively saying they should bring people who donated into the show? Duke, they already filmed. What?
You explore and you have a good time. You go outside or within the warehouse. I don't know how big it is. And you have a setup where fans and audiences can come and watch you guys have an actual combat session.
That's not possible for season 1 because season 1's already filmed. This guy's got brain worms. Actual fucking brain worms. Holy this guy's a fucking moron. Holy fucking shit.
against potentially local LARPers. How cool would it be for each one of your guys' names to be called out and you guys...
And I fucking hate this too, because again, to reinstate this, anything that they do in the future that's remotely close to this, because again, they already promised that they were going to do more live action bits for season 2. But they already promised that. But because he's suggesting this now in his video, he's going to take credit for anything that they do to improve the show in the future. And that's going to be fucking irritating.
Just hear a roar from your fans cheering you on. And then for combat, you still play it like actual D&D. You roll the D20, and depending on what you get, you're hearing the reaction from the audience. And at the same time, you guys are showcasing how certain attacks could hit or miss. All of you are so talented. So why are you sitting down and playing D&D? Become D&D. That would be so cool. That would be epic. And again, I can't tell you guys what to do. I can't tell you that this is the right way to go. But like, that would be something your audience would just die to see. And I know it. I'm getting to the point.
God, that would take so... It would. Oh my God, production would... Because like, the whole point of their live action bits... At least from what they've talked about, because they're playing D&D and not LARPing. Like any live action bits that they do, they've already stated is going to be for like highlight stuff. Like that's the point of the live action bits. It's going to be for like highlighting cool moments during the campaign. Do you know, like, dude, like production would be halted by such a degree where like, okay, guys, I know we're playing right now, but we have to pause right here because we have to film the live action bits for this. Like that, dude, that would be such a fucking nightmare. For like a high level D&D production like Critical Role, I could see them pulling that off, but this is a low to mid level D&D production. Why are you expecting like This is what I actually really like about Mid-Max is that they're not trying to be overly ambitious. They are working within their means and still trying to produce the best show that they can. And I commend them for that. But this guy is just fucking like it's so fucking clear. Dude, get Duke. Listen to me, buddy. Listen. Do this shit on your own time. Create your own goddamn show. Oh, wait. You tried doing your own service before, and that fucking failed.
Of my YouTube career, where I would just rather produce stuff and help produce stuff rather than being, you know, the front end talent and also the writer and the editor.
Oh, poor you. It's so fucking hard. Boo fucking who? Oh no, I have to be on camera. Oh no, I have to write. Oh no, I have to edit my own content. It's almost like it's fucking YouTube.
Editor, it's all exhausting, man. I would just rather be able to put all of my energy and time into the producing of something rather than having to split all my time. And
okay, then produce your own fucking show. Don't hop onto a show that's already got a fan base. Produce your own fucking thing. If you're such a fucking fantastic producer, do your own shit then.
This isn't me saying that Min-Max should hire me for this production. If this...
Oh, dude, you were totally trying to get that. Don't bullshit.
This is the direction they want to go. I'm going to be straight up honest. I burned that bridge. I burned that bridge with Min-Max and the creators there, and I burned that bridge with the community. And I honestly feel like if they did bring me on, if we happen to make amends, I do personally feel like if they did bring me on to Min-Max, that it would not help Min-Max in any way, and it would actually hurt it more. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys the idea, and I am saying that I totally understand what I did and that I'm not looking for you guys to bring me on in any way. That is all I have to say. And that is all the information that I have regarding these issues. I hope what I provided helps clear up any confusion and misinformation being spread around regarding this situation. And if any of you would like any additional information, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to provide what I can. If you would like to see my research on points that I didn't cover in this video in regards to Crispy's video, there will be a Google Docs link found in the description that I wrote and provide the research myself. And to all of you,
oh God,
who stayed till the very end.
Oh my God, he's crying again. He's crying again.
I just want to say thank you.
Oh my God, you fucking crybaby.
For hearing me out.
Fuck it, I'm taking a fucking screenshot of this. This is gonna be the fucking thumbnail image.
Even if you agree or disagree with me at this point.
Yep, taking multiple screenshots. Because fuck you, that's why. Holy fucking shit, man. Holy fucking shit. That was so fucking asinine. Honestly, what the fuck? The fuck was that? What the fuck?